Yo, everybody, walked up. Welcome in. It's another episode of the Bit. Connor, how you doing?
Yo, what's up? It's the bit. It's being recorded this time. I promise, brother.
Being recorded both with the appropriate equipment and in the correct cadence. It is episode Starburst wrapper being unwrapped with your tongue and then pulled out like a piece of clean flat paper between the lips as a party trick.
You know, people who do that, I think they're witches. You're a witch if you can do that.
You should know I'm a witch then.
You're a witch, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why I have an undying you have tricked me into being an undying soldier in the army of the night, you know?
For sure. And I'll tell you what else too. Get a little of this. I can do the cherry stem thing with the tongue. Where you tie it like a knot. Yeah. Yeah. I can do both of those things. Uh-huh. It's not as hard as you think. It's easy to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had a lot of practice.
An insane amount of practice.
I see.
Crazy amount of practice, yeah.
Now, do you think that's a skill? That's a skill a husband needs to learn to keep a wife around long. Is that if you don't know? No. I see. Oh, sure. Sure.
You don't want to do like, oh, party trick, he like I tied a cherry stem with the tongue, I had my tongue like unwrapped a starburst, blah 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 blah. This is bait. This is a trickery. What you want is things that help you with your dexterity with the fingies, the digits.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So gaming, playing League of Legends.
Yeah. A lot of
clicking, a lot of forward and backward wrist momentum situations.
Yeah.
You want one of those all hand mouse pads where you use every finger and every up, down, left, right. Gotcha.
You ever seen those gloves that have like the fingy attachments with the cords and it pulls your fingers back and you have to like pull your fingers forward? It's like a hand muscle trainer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, get a couple of those and just practice squeezing.
You
know, specifically like you were holding a Starbucks cup and you wanted to like crush it just a little bit.
Sure. And I imagine if you're born with like claw hands, you're kind of fucked then. Like the claw hand motherfuckers.
Yeah. If you're Zoidberg, it's over for you. Don't fucking bother.
Got it.
Yeah, just put on the lab coat and go like do math because there's no shot.
Well, you know what also reminds me of hand movements and working out the hand dexterity and all that kind of shit. Expedition 33.
Brother.
Let me tell you, the amount of times I have to hit A to block an attack or fucking jump up in the air and do a somersault, I might as well put a gun in my mouth in Fortnite.
It's tough, eh?
I finished the boss yesterday and my hand was cramping, actually. I was like, man, I'm dehydrated. I need to go get some water.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, my hands were sweaty. Do you get sweaty palms when you're playing games? You get little sweaty hands?
Yeah.
Are we sweaty hand gamers?
Not games in general, but games that like, take some effort. Street Fighter for sure. I'm filling a kiddie pool, 100%.
Yeah.
Like your boy is sweating.
I feel that way. I feel very strongly that, man, it does make me think a lot. And when I think a lot, my hands sweat. I don't know why. I'm just a hand thinker sweater.
It's anxiety.
Is it really? Maybe I do just have an anxiety problem because let me tell you, my hands, my palms, knees weak, arms are heavy. You know what I mean? Just all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
It's an anxiety, anxiousness thing.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything else. I'm just saying, I feel that in the games where you need to do some stretching before you play them. Expedition 33 on controller. Yeah. Goddamn.
I'll tell you what, definitely a couple of stress balls on hand, very helpful for the joints, And then obviously, like we've talked about this. I've talked about this publicly a few times. I don't know if audio listeners on the pod have heard about it. I have kind of fucked up fingers anyways.
Oh, I see.
Like I've my fingers got broken quite a lot as a child.
Oh.
And then I would play games pretty regularly. And there's audio listeners, you don't have the visual to go with this, but there's a particular kind of stance your fingers have on a controller, on an Xbox controller in particular. But this is true of GameCube also. There's kind of a way that your fingers are situated on the hand grips of a controller. And Connor and anyone watching this recorded live have the visual cue here. But there's like a, you know, your index finger is straightened out a little bit, and there's a gap between your index and middle fingers where the trigger kind of sits between them.
Sure.
So my fingers are straight when they're in that pose.
I see.
And if there's out, then they're bent weird. And like my middle finger does that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which it's not supposed to do, but they both do that.
Well, hey, you know, you might have some health insurance coming your way soon, so maybe we can get that fixed.
Audio listeners, I did bend my middle finger at the second knuckle at a degree of probably 45.
Brother, have I talked about this on pod? Speaking of things that shouldn't be happening, you know, your finger bends a weird way or whatever. Audio listeners, I can't visibly show you guys. I can't visibly show Beau or our people who are watching currently. You know what's going on in my life right now? The things that shouldn't be happening in my body?
Yo.
When I was in high school, I had my tonsils taken out because I was getting strep almost like every fucking day, and they were massive and like blocking my airways.
Notably, something I was supposed to do was get my tonsils out. Didn't do it.
So they couldn't take all my tonsils out when I was younger because, my tonsils went too far down my throat, if you can imagine. Big tonsils.
No.
Big
I see where this is going, yeah.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I was looking in the back of my throat, and I was like, wow, very interesting that it seems to be these little tumors in the back of my throat. That's weird. Those haven't been there in a while.
Not the little tumors.
Not tumors. They're tonsils. My tonsils have been growing back, and now they're back to regular size.
Yeah. But are you getting strep, though?
No. Well, I've gotten a couple sinus infections, which strep adjacent, I guess. But it turns out if you have a hyperactive immune system, your tonsils can grow back. Yeah, people with very high immune systems, their tonsils can grow back if there's like even a little bit of tonsil skin or whatever the fuck back there left.
That's right.
And I had a lot of that, so they're back.
Yeah, the remaining tonsil tissue can just starfish out more tonsils. That's true.
Now I feel like we could take that and grow limbs based on that. You know, if our tonsils could, we could probably do something like that. Or hey, you know what? If I paid to get my tonsils out, my mom paid to get my tonsils out when I was a kid, maybe you should allow me to have free surgery to get those bitches out again. Because I don't want them, dude.
Sorry, we missed it.
Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, we couldn't do it right the first time.
Yeah.
I'm sure tonsil surgery as an adult would be fucking hell on earth. But man, I don't want those things back there. I don't want them back there. I need them gone. I'll eat a couple popsicles for a week. I don't care. You know?
Yep. Yeah, that is a tough one, the tonsils out, I've heard. As an adult, specifically.
As a kid, it was. It wasn't easy as a kid either, let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know the most satisfying thing, though, might be a little gross. Cover your ears if you're squeamish.
Yeah, this is the medically squeamish episode, so.
When you wake up and you swallow and those things just like pop, because they like solder the shit off back there. It's like scabs. So when you finally swallow and there's no pain and you just feel like a gulp and they're like, that was a scab. You're like, I feel good. No more itching and scratching back there. Sure. Oh, you're a tonsil stone, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Gross.
Well, no, I was.
Sure.
I was as a child.
I say gross, but it's not your fault. It's not like you can do anything to stop it. It just happens.
Yeah. As a child,
tonsil stones are gnarly.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's insane.
Well, and the worst part is they had to be like digitally removed.
Yeah.
Because
adults get them still. Like adults can still get them, and they're special tweezers or whatever. You can
Yeah.
use like little
Uh-huh.
chopsticks. You kind
Yeah.
of poke at them in the back of your
Yeah.
throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane.
Well, you can imagine I went the other way and just used my index finger.
People do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got them Swiss cheese tonsies. You know what I'm saying? They got there's a lot of holes back there. That's crazy looking.
Now,
so
the only way that could be cool,
or used to at the time.
The only thing that could be cool about that is if your tonsils compacted that shit so densely they turned into pearls, and then you got tonsil pearls that you could sell on the market.
Yo, tonsil pearls would be cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
tonsil
I don't
stones,
think. Not so much. It doesn't really pan out like that, unfortunately. But yeah, tonsils, man, what a dumb, useless organ. And it's not literally useless, but man, useless enough.
It's a filter that's like also, hey, I'm gonna get you sick. Fuck you. Like, oh, that's right. It's like if the filter in your house was like, hey, go be sick. It's time to be sick now. Like, bitch.
It's like a word sensor filter that stops all of the slurs, but then makes you racist.
Oh, that's tough.
Tough one.
Tough.
Yeah, your liver grows back like tonsils. Your liver does that.
Does it really?
Yep, the only organ that does it, as far as I know.
Well, good, because if my liver didn't, it would be sinking like the Titanic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a thing. You like, chomp off a piece of liver and then they'll like put it in a petri dish or whatever, and it just like grows a new liver.
We need to do that with kidneys, man, because the amount of people I know I'm around that just have dead ass kidneys, like, brother, we need to get some help to these motherfuckers quick.
New kidneys is tight. That's a big one.
We need to start growing some kidneys out here.
Yeah. New intestines would probably be helpful for people.
Oh, yeah. Something to do with those fucking belly button hernias where that shit just pops out. Get that shit back in there.
Brother, grow a new like those little surprise cans with the snakes that pop out, but instead it's your belly button and your intestines.
Have you ever worked with someone or just have been around someone with like a hernia like that?
Mm-hmm. It's insane. I was in culinary. You better believe it.
You just look at them and you can't stop looking at them, and you don't want to be disrespectful, but you're like, your insides are outside. You can get that fixed, bro.
I'll tell you what you can't do. Ask to poke it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. And they act like they're fine. They're just like, yeah, it's just a thing. I'm like, that's no.
Yeah, well, I mean, to them it probably is just a thing.
They can get it fixed. You can get it popped back in or whatever. They can sew up the wall or whatever, but
that's expensive.
Tough. Anyway, Expedition 33, good game.
Good fucking game. Yeah. Speaking of herniated intestines, Expedition 33. Am I right, fellas?
True.
I'll tell you what. I'm excited to play more of it. There's a couple of things I'm trying to play through. I've been spending some time on Palworld, obviously.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing the hours accumulate.
Yeah.
Not stalking or anything, just looking.
Hey, pop off, King. And I'll tell you what. You love to fucking see it.
Yeah.
Because I was the #1 anti-Palworldite when it was like first releasing and like pre-release.
You were
it's early access still, but
you were very militant about fuck that game until you tried it and you're like, okay, maybe not.
Well, that framing is true but also misleading. It's interesting to me that what really happened is that they just decided to have an entire campaign of popularity gaining, their entire marketing campaign based solely on stuff that wasn't in the game.
Well, I was in stream the other day when you were going over that, and I gotta say, I disagree. Because what happened is the game changed, and they talked about it. There was a game called Palworld that was totally different than what people are playing now. And it was known that they were changing it. However, you were on the store page and you're like, there's a lot of things that are on the store page that you don't do. One, most of that is like being hee hee ha ha, obviously, like the chicken in the stove or whatever. However,
that's not a phrase.
Chicken in the pot. The chicken in the pot. The little, you were going over the GIFs.
Yeah, no, I see. Yes, I'll open the
So
Steam store page for
I
the.
did
Yes,
want to
I see what you're saying.
scream at you, but I was busy. I was raiding and I couldn't type to you furiously. You got to the factories and automation part where the pals are building in a biome of lava. And I wanted to scream at you because that is literally the mountain. That's just the mountain biome. You can go build a base that looks just like that.
You
You're
definitely
like, you
cannot
can't,
build a base that looks just like this.
you could build a base by lava. That's just a lava
Not
biome.
that
That's,
lava.
yeah.
No.
The lava on the ground that looks like lava, you can build a base. I have multiple of them. They're, yeah, you can build a base.
No, I
All
mean the
that
lava
is
waterfall
foundation.
back there with like the N64 texture. That's not real.
Okay, yeah, we're picking one little part out, but you can find lava. Yeah, and
No,
of course you can
I was
also,
being very
you're also,
specific. You're
yeah,
speaking
but
about generality. Yes, there is lava in the game. That was not the point that I was making.
yeah, but you were like going through hyper specifically, like, oh yeah, chicken can't be in pot, like, but
It can't.
everything. Yeah, but
I'm right.
it's joking. It's not like it's not.
Hey, guess where you shouldn't do jokes? Marketing material for an item that costs money.
But they're not lying in the thing. They're
Which
not lying. So
the description?
you're mad about chicken in the pot, but the description isn't a lie. It's just a chicken in the pot gif. Make use of pals and their skills to make fire, generate electricity, or mine ore that you can live a life of so you can live a life of comfort. Literally, you can do all of that in the game, and you do that.
King, I don't know how to tell you this. A visual going with the copy gives an image of what you can do in the game, and if that doesn't line up, that's a bad thing. That's not good.
It's a chicken in a pot, my guy.
That's poor marketing.
That's chicken in a pot.
Crazy.
You say it's poor marketing. However, again, 325,000 reviews. No,
I didn't say ineffective marketing. And none of those reviews are talking about that, by the way. They're reviewing the game, not the marketing. Don't conflate things that don't matter. Don't come at me with straw man.
This isn't, brother.
It matters a lot.
We could look at 25,000 different games on Steam.
I see what happened.
And they would be funny gifs.
No,
but they're not lying. What happened?
You were rating, so you caught 10% of what I was saying, and now you think I'm dunking on Palworld's marketing for no reason. You didn't understand the point I was making at all, and you are debating a point that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the point I was making at the time. You have no idea what I was talking about.
I don't care.
Also, reviews have nothing to do with marketing in terms of whether or not the marketing is in good faith or not. They're talking about the game, not the marketing. Unrelated. Not the same thing. That's
gifts
crazy.
Don't matter, is what I'm saying.
They matter so much. Also, the trailer matters. And the trailer is mostly things you can't do.
The trailer you're talking about is an old trailer.
Should have been replaced.
From version
should have been
1
deleted.
Of the game.
Yeah, cool. Delete it. Delete the trailer. Hey, remove the marketing material that is no longer accurate. This is marketing 101. If a product on a store shelf did this, they'd get sued. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Delete it. It's very simple. Delete it then. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy. If you're selling an experience and then that experience isn't the same thing, you're doing like MojoCon, you're TanaCon or whatever. You're doing Firefest. That's crazy. Like, what? How mad would you be if you watched a trailer for Animal Crossing and then when you bought it, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 7? That's crazy. That's a bit more extreme because it's different genres. But in terms of accuracy,
what's happened.
I
see what's happened here. I see what's happened.
What has happened? What has happened?
So when I look at the Steam page, you know what I don't see?
Yeah.
The V1 trailer.
That is still on their social medias. Do not pretend it's not. And also, the modern trailers have stuff that's not in the game. The modern trailers.
In what world? In what way?
There is no trailer that exists for this game that doesn't include material that is misrepresentative of the experience of the game.
Where?
You want me to get YouTube links for you? You want me to get Twitter links? Is that what you want?
Well, Twitter.
They're active current socials. They're official active current socials right now.
Is it
That's
bad
crazy.
to have a V1 of the game and then now we know what the game is and see like the current after redo of the game? I don't know. I don't think that's bad. I think
if every trailer for your game has misrepresentative material of the experience, a little bad.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's real.
That's crazy, brother.
I don't know.
If a Dead by Daylight trailer had a bunch of platforming in it, and I downloaded Dead by Daylight and there's no platforming, I would be tilted.
Like
it's the same thing mobile games do.
You know, I too would be upset if Craftopia had a trailer and people put Palworld over top of it. But actually Palworld was like, you know, the thing we got. And Craftopia was like the old game that never got released. Because that's what I see on, like, if I go to YouTube, I see Craftopia, which is a totally different game that got canceled and became Palworld, with Craftopia in the title on their official socials. And then I see videos of every single Mon or whatever, like, they have.
Hey, Craftopia came out.
Did it?
Yeah, Craftopia's out. You can buy Craftopia.
Ugh, what a terrible looking game, though.
It's awful, yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, my boy Solo bought that. And he was like, yo, this is tight, yo! And I was like, word? Okay, well, pop off, King.
Oh, yikes.
But like even like the animals working at the little thing, like first of all, the conveyor belts don't look like that. Your animals don't look sad when they're working, let alone Leaf Monk. Growing crops looks nothing like that. There's no pumpkins anyway. It's not the right crops. Like whatever build this is from, hey, easy fix. Take the same gifts from the actual game and put the actual gifts there. It's that easy. There's like what meme marketing is it to say there's pumpkins when there aren't? Realistically, they just don't give a fuck, and they know gamers probably also just don't give a fuck. It's probably that. It's probably laziness and apathy more than like a hee hee ha ha meme. And that's crazy. But in particular, what I was talking about at the time was that a lot of what this game entailed in its early marketing was selling the concept of animal cruelty directly, being antagonistic to the animals in a way where they are crying and whining and they're in a cage they don't like, or they're working to death, which you can't do anyway. And then the real game comes out, and it's actually more like, haha, hee hee, the animals look happy when they're working, and they're just kind of chill, and you can't put a cage on your bird and fly away with a bunch of penguins where their parents are like crying about it. That doesn't really exist.
The working while upset does exist if they're upset. Like there's the status effects. So there's like the depressed status effect. There's like the hurt status effect. So they do show emotion
they can get injured and stuff.
Well, there's depressed too. Like they can look depressed. Yeah. So there's like the condition
depressed.
The condition effect, whatever. It's still they're depressed. Because
they look the
depressed.
Same. I just had one of those Xeno guys like slapping on trees. My man had the same face the whole time. My man was not.
No, they definitely mope around.
Crying.
Like depends. I don't know if it's
slower, but the
every single month.
Change.
Yeah, they like slug around for sure.
I haven't seen that, and I've had quite a few injured pals from working, but maybe it's like only a select few pals that have that, or rather, maybe there's a select few that don't have it, and I just don't use the ones that do. But
that could be a possibility. I know the depression effect does give them the effect of like moping around the base and like not working and like sleeping more and like refusing to work, shit like that. So it is dynamic in that way.
I have seen the sleeping more one, and I have seen the overeating one, where they just like mount on your food because they're stress eating or whatever. I have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. It didn't visually change anything, but
didn't have the fucking circles.
What circles?
The building circles just aggravate me.
Well, yeah, I agree. I concur. That would be an improvement.
But also, like they kind of kept a lot of that stuff. Some of it, like the characters being in cages, like you kind of save them now. It's more of like you're being a savior or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Instead of like they took a lot of that I guess being a like I don't know what you call it, like being a bad guy or whatever.
No,
So
the
you
thing
can kill them,
well,
you know.
that's very yes. That's not even or whatever. That's just correct. But no, I'm talking about there's like I think the trailer it's a Suzaku. I forget what flying animal is, which flying pal. But like the player character is riding on the back of a flying mount, and under the talons of the flying mount, there's like a wooden circular cage, like chock full of like 85 pangolins, and they're all like crying, and there's some other pangolins like chasing on the ground, like crying with their hands up, like no, that's not in the fucking game. You can't goddamn do that. Which, by the way, is good. I'm saying it's good you can't do that. However, I'm also saying it's goofy they tried to sell the game on those fantasies, on that like premise. And then when the game comes out, just not that at all. Just the entire tonal shift is crazy. Parentheses positive again. I wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't that. That's good they changed it. But crazy that they marketed it that way. Insane to me. I don't know what Pocket Bear had going on, but they were like, yo, watch this. Like, they really hit the haha, it's Pokemon with guns all the way up until it came out to be purchased. And they were like, Pokemon with guns? We would never. Huh? Like, a lot. It's
No,
certainly not.
they definitely do that though, because like
It's so
the
funny.
the pals carry guns, you carry guns, you can shoot them. Like it's
Some
definitely
pals
like that.
carry guns.
Yeah, like the lower level ones, and you have like the rocket launcher ones.
It's like the monkey, the grass monkey, the grass squirrel. They have guns.
Yeah, then
The fire.
the electric dude has like a Gatling gun. Like a lot of them have
Yeah,
different
Griswold has
weapons.
a gun.
You can use some of them as
Uh,
guns, like the little Firefox guy.
yeah,
He has a
fire.
whole
That's a
fucking
shotgun.
like harness you put on him, then you use him as a gun.
Yeah, I use him through in game. I like that little guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but then they. But I'll tell you what, they do not appreciate the Pokemon with guns comments. They don't like that shit. They're not. They are not a fan. Which might be, you know, they might have some things to say about that in terms of litigation and legality, Lamau. But
Well, yeah, I don't think I don't think they have
I
a
don't think they
problem with the
appreciate
guns
that.
part. I don't think they don't want to be anywhere near the word Pokemon, like
Correct. No, that's what I'm
any
saying.
other
That's what I'm saying.
company. You know?
Yeah. Although the majority of the pals don't have any kind of gun or weapon, like by a sweeping majority. Out of like it's 165
Well,
or
again,
170 pals, I think probably 140 don't have a
there's
gun.
different pals with different. It's not that every pals needs a gun. It's that almost every pal, or like almost half of, I would say almost half of them have some type of unique thing that you can craft for them. So some of them have guns, some of them have like Gatling guns. There's some of them you um whatever
Am I
you
still live right now?
fly on. Are you live right now? You're here.
Yeah, are
I
we
don't
still good?
have
Are
your
we still?
I don't have your stream up. Share chat's on. What
Okay.
happened?
All of my lights just turned off. One of my monitors isn't working. Like everything just died for a second. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
You had like a micro surge or something. Do you have weather in your area?
It's sunny and nice. It's just beautiful out.
Hell yeah, bro.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
as
don't
we
know.
were saying,
I think the idea is like they do stuff. So you like use them in different ways. Like you have some where you like jump on their back and they have Gatling guns. You have some of them that are like you glide with. Like they have uses, I guess. Some of
well,
them are
sure.
mounts. Like some, so it's like
Well, I know I agree.
I don't think the idea was for everyone to have a gun, but I think the idea was for a lot of them to be useful in some capacity. Like you have some that are just like the farm
No,
slaves, you know?
I'm talking about
Like,
the Pokemon with guns comments, not like the developer intent. I know you can do stuff with most of them.
yeah. I just think like when you say, "Oh, it's just Pokemon with guns," it's like, okay, but
Well, no,
obviously that's just
I'm the one
people.
saying that's dumb.
Yeah. But it's like also a lot of the people saying that are like the people like you that are like the Pokemon fans. Like that's kind of like where that came from, you know?
I don't know if I want to be roped into those guys because I'm the one saying it's dumb to say that.
Well,
I feel
originally,
like
no. You originally were one of the people who said that, and you switched sides. But there are still the people who say that are like still like Pokemon forever.
oh,
Like I don't switch sides.
I definitely think it's
Down with
Pokemon.
the
To
ship,
be clear,
Digimon.
I
Well,
think
I'm not.
Pokemon with guns is wrong. But
Well,
yeah. It's still Pokemon. Let's
I
be
disagree,
clear.
but that's fine.
It's Pokemon if there was Fortnite building.
Fortnite building would be better, honestly.
Imagine. You know, as someone who hates Fortnite building, I agree. I concur. Yeah. I've tried so hard to make cute bases in that game, like cute bases. And I'll tell you what.
You can do it. You have to turn off the building requirements. And once you do that, it's good.
Wait, what do you
mean?
Like
you're good to go. So you have the base building requirements, so like on servers.
Like turn off the cost of materials
outside
and stuff?
the circle, or else your base will decay. The circle will always stay there, and the pals will always never leave the circle. But you can build like a nice looking base within the circle and a little outside the bounds of it, and it's fine. Like you just you can build your room and stuff outside the thing because pals never have to go in there. And as long as all the pal stuff is just condensed inside that circle, like I've had, like you've seen the base that I built in my first server, like very sprawling, very nice base.
Yeah.
Which now is like lost to time, unfortunately. But I would love to go back and like try to build like a V2 of that at some point.
I'll tell you what I want. Hey, just
but that's like with base decay turned off and everything.
Well, sure. I'll tell. Here's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make a little Palworld wish list. If I could. I wonder if you agree from like a base building perspective. Couple of things that really jump out to me. Something that like keeps being a problem for me. Roof corners. Give me a corner piece.
Corners for everything. Foundation, everything.
Yeah, correct. I want roof corners. I want foundation corners. I want floor triangles. Give me floor corners would be great.
Yeah.
I want I wish the glass was more clear instead of looking like ripply green bullshit. I wish like it was a glass.
Oh, the
it's a shame glass. It's not. Yeah, like the glass furnishing set where it's all like kind of green, like.
Yeah.
It looks almost like unevenly crafted beer bottles. I don't even know how to describe. It's like not quite clear.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
Yeah. Wish that would get fixed. Not fixed, but like changed. And then,
we need like a building update, building 2.0, where they just add a bunch of assets to make building better. And then just in general for like single player servers and then just servers in general, give the option to not have a circle or a bigger circle, bigger circle, expanding circle to build in, base decay turned off, shit like that. That'd be nice.
And I don't know if this is a thing that you were gonna agree with. Maybe you will. I assume most people will. I wish that the expedition station was just the building part and not the big ass chunk of land that it also comes with that takes up half your base on its own. That shit is so ass.
Yeah, you know my theory on that? My theory on that is they're using an asset with like a summoning portal within it, and if you notice,
you're right.
It's big for a reason because it looks like one of those random nodes you see in the world that like teleports you into a So I'm assuming the mechanic there is they couldn't figure out a way to just like poof them and like have them go on their way, and they had to like somehow. I mean, it would be nice if they just like ran out of the base and disappeared after like a mile or something, you know, like any other like game like that does.
Could you imagine though if they just randomly got sniped by the overworld creatures while they're running out of the base? That'd be so funny.
Well, you just make them, you know what I mean, like it would just be like an animation thing, not like they're actually entities in the world thing. Yeah. But yeah, there are some different ones like that. There's also the summoning circle thing where it's like you have to summon the asset itself is like the pillars, and then it's like the bottom foundation part, so it's like impossible
Yeah.
to build fucking anywhere. So like
Yeah.
fixing their assets
Uh-huh.
that way, and I don't know if that's like an engine limitation or like if they could do something with the summoning thing, but I did notice that last time I was um I was in the game. I was like, man, this is a cool asset, but fuck if I can't put it anywhere in my base. And I'm not a guy who's gonna build like one of
Sure.
those like 5-story fucking tower bases. I don't do any of that shit. I just want my
Yeah, and
shit
I am that
practical.
guy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna build a fucking monstrosity like that.
Well, I'll
That's
tell you
just
what,
not
you don't
what I
want the
want to do.
summoning circle in your base anyway.
No, yeah, I just
Because
built a
as
new
soon as
base.
you, well, no, it's no, I'm saying you don't want it in any base. But it has to be in a base. But you don't want like with like floors and walls and shit. As soon as you do that, the first boss that pops out destroys all your floors and bases. Like it just blows it all up.
Yeah, you would build it in a base with nothing built, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. You got to like build it like in a cave, or you got to build it like
It'd be
between like
interesting.
a ravine walls.
It would be interesting on a server to build a coliseum around it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then have it in the middle proper as a base, but you like turn decay off and shit, so you can just build whatever, and like the server
Yeah.
builds like a coliseum around the whole summoning circle thing. I could see that being like a cool, but everyone would have to be in the same guild then, so then people could use it.
Well, yeah. Yeah. True.
That'd be the only like downside. Yeah, the game is really good. The game suffers from some other things that like other survival games kind of suffer from. I think they're doing a good job. I think they've done a really good job with this new crossover they're doing with Terraria. It would be interesting to see
Yeah.
what else they can do.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. I just got all the Terraria weapons yesterday. Finally,
oh,
the
nice.
little crafting recipes drop.
Yeah.
Those things are fucking tight.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I haven't played much of the update. I need to. Um it's hard for me to play survival games like that and restart a bunch of times.
Right.
I think we've talked about it. I just really hate restarting. And when I have like a full base built out, and like I was playing before there were the character bound PAL containers or whatever, so you could like theoretically now you can have your favorite pals and put them on your cross server base or whatever, or cross server
Well, yeah,
pal
the
thing.
genetic duplicator thing.
Yeah, so you can like have those and not have to like when you go to a different server have to start all over. But I kind of lost all mine, so it's kind of like tough to have the motivation to be like, man, I would really love the pals I was really using in maining and put a lot of effort into before the server crashed or whatever.
Well, you know, that's been a complaint of mine about early access. I don't think that should exist. I've been a huge opponent? A huge opponent. I don't know why I forgot the word opponent for a minute. Of just early access in general, because I think it like leads to that for a lot of people. Where like, you play the game once or twice because you're excited to get at it, and then like 2 years later they actually finish it and release the whole thing. It's not early access anymore, and then you're like, well, not gonna do that. Already beat it twice.
I don't mind.
Frustrating.
So I'm kind of different in that way. I don't mind playing a game again once it's like at like in 1.0. Or playing a game. So my issue with Palworld isn't with Palworld. It was there. So from 1.0 to whatever we're at now, there was an issue that if power to your server was like cut off, like your server crashed,
Yeah.
because of something with the Steam API they were using, it would wipe the server. So it wasn't even their fault. It was just the Steam API at the time.
I see.
And I had an issue where we had a really bad storm. It was the hurricane, if you remember, where we didn't have power for a while. And I came back to my whole Palworld server being wiped because of the Steam API issue. And it's not really like a Palworld issue. Palworld didn't do a server wipe. This was strictly like El Bozo on me. And then like all my backups were basically corrupt, so couldn't do anything.
That sucks.
So my issue isn't with early access or Palworld in general. It's just how, the Steam API handled the fact of we lost power and then I lost all my data. And that's like anybody will tell you like, well, you should have had off, you should have had your backup somewhere else. I should have had a backup on a different device away from the servers for Valheim and all my other servers. I should have been fine. But like Valheim's still good to this day.
Yeah, it's
Still
just well, that's odd.
like a
I wonder
V1
why.
build, like or like release build still works. But again, it was the version of the API that Palworld was using. It's all different, right?
Yeah, I
It's
guess
all
so.
different, and it's how they implement it. And I guess just however Palworld implemented it, it just caused all these data losses to happen if you lose power. It just fucking sucks. But again, I could have prevented it. This is something I could have prevented, but I didn't handle the data right. You know? So that
I
fucking
see, I
sucks.
see, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm not like super hard on the like I don't have a hard stance on the idea of like, oh, I don't like restarting blah, blah, blah. But I am a guy who's like, if you lose progress for reasons outside of your control, that is so actually tilting, just like mind warpingly tilting.
Yo, it is tilting, but also it was kind of in my control because, like, if you're gonna host a server yourself, you kind of bear you know, the
Oh, I just
responsibility
mean
of
like
backing your stuff up, right?
them using a shitty version of the API or whatever,
And I don't even know if
and
it's
then
their
like a
fault,
storm
right?
happens.
I don't know if it's their fault. I just know it happened to a lot of people, and so like it can
Fuck,
happen
man.
with everybody. Like there were issues with Valheim servers when it came out and Shrouded servers, so it's not like it's just a Power World thing. It happens with like any type of server based thing, right? Like you just have the
Sure.
potential to do it. It just happened that my Power World server was impacted. I mean,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and it's happened with like Minecraft servers before, so it's not even like it happens with everything. It sucks. But I knew better. The thing was, I've been running Minecraft servers and Valheim servers and shit for a long time. I've been doing this for a while. I
Sure,
knew better.
sure, sure, sure.
And so I should have had a backup. I didn't. That is the moral of the story there. Um, and then I ended up losing everything. And that base that you saw, basically, when I showed you the screenshots of him.
Yeah, yeah, I recall that.
Yeah. And
Unlucky,
that
man.
and that was something I copied off of a short when the game first came out. That was like using a lot of different like tech when the game came out to kind
I
of
see.
maneuver stuff around. So I didn't like
Oh,
copy it like beat for beat, but I copied like the main structure and then kind of built off that way and kind of did my own thing.
sure, 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 sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is some tech. There is some interesting, like you get the way you layer things matters. Like you can have a wall under like a roof piece,
Mhm.
but you can't place the roof piece and then the wall. It has to be wall
Yeah.
first, otherwise it won't let you place the roof piece.
Yeah.
Stuff
It's
like that.
funny. Every survival game has its own finagly kind of like, how do I do this? How do I break the system? How do I make it work for me kind of vibe? Like
Right.
Enshrouded is a good example. I think I've talked about it a couple times. Enshrouded's like a kind of has like a Terraria vibe where you have to like collect a bunch of people and build them houses and stuff, and you're basically
Yeah,
not building
right.
like a base, but you're building like a
Like a little city
encampment
builder.
of little
Yeah.
cities, and it has like a voxel style building, so you're building with like different size blocks, so it's like basically building in Lego, if you could
Is that
imagine.
what voxel means? Just different size blocks?
Yeah, like for instance, like Minecraft is a voxel builder, like a block builder.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like where the voxel, like when you think of like when someone, oh, the new voxel game came out, you look at it, it looks like a bunch of different like bits strung together. It's like a bunch of blocks,
Sure. As
you know.
opposed to like finished, like here's a doorway piece and here's a roof
Yeah.
piece.
Well,
I
there
see, I
are
see, I
that,
see.
but like it's like building with like Minecraft blocks. It's like everything's blocky building
Oh,
wise. So instead of like how Power World, you're building with like stone slabs, and you're building with like stone doorway arches, and you're building with stone walls. You're like in Shrouded, you can build a doorway, and then you can go into the editor and then delete pixels and delete blocks, and then you can go in and build your own with your own different size blocks, the
that's
voxel
fun.
style. So it's like different. It's like a meld of different styles. It's really nice.
Wait, that's actually so cute.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, I
really
fuck with
nice.
that. Do you have a game that comes to your mind as like the best building system that you've interacted with before? Like the most fun or interesting builder?
You know, I won't say it's the best, but I had a lot of fun building in Valheim with its weight load system.
What's
Very
that?
fun. So Valheim, you have to build structures in a way that it's supported from the bottom, or
Sure.
it'll collapse from the top. So you have to
Yeah,
build with pillars and
Palworld has that.
sturdy foundations, and different levels of things matter. It's really cool. It's like really cool base builder.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fuck with that. Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Huh.
Valheim was really fun, but Valheim is one of those games. Remember when I was talking about you really have to like go in and kind of figure out how to build the way you want to. Like you have to figure out like how do I make this game build for like how do I break the game so it builds the way I want it to? How do I like break
Yeah,
the building?
yeah.
You're doing a lot of that in Valheim. You're doing a lot of like, oh, maybe I can sink this into the ground and it gives me more support somewhere else. There's a lot of like hiding things and columns and breaking things. It's a fun building system, but it's like you have to have inquisitive nature to go in and like figure that out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. 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 No,
But you
for
can
sure.
build massive things in it. It's great. If you're a big builder and you want to build like, you know, a big portal tower where you have all your portals in there and it looks like a mage tower, you can do that. Or if you want to build this like a cool little um I call them like canoe buildings. You know how like,
Canoe buildings?
well, yeah, because you know how like Vikings built those like longboat buildings.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you like flip them over, they'd look like boats or whatever, like those kind of
Yeah.
buildings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool for building those. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool building styles in that game,
It's tight. Yeah, I fuck with that.
and I'm sure there's a lot more now since they've updated quite a bit. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, there would have to be. Yeah.
What other building? I mean, I guess nothing kind of beats Minecraft. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Minecraft, even though it's so simple. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like civil engineering you can do in that game, base game. Um,
Yeah.
what else? Enshrouded is really good, like as like a recent game.
You think Palworld's ever gonna drop paid DLC, or is it just gonna be updates like the Terraria thing? Certainly not until 1.0 at least.
I think if they do like a new continent, they'll do probably like a DLC. I'd imagine,
Really?
like every other game. I don't think there's anything different in that than like I think it has to hit 1.0 first. I think there's still a bunch they're talking about doing. Like there's like a whole roadmap still for like
Oh, really?
base game. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen like a Terraria like content roadmap.
Oh, I'm not talking about Terraria. I'm talking
I
about
meant
just in
Palworld. I
general.
meant Palworld. I meant Palworld. I meant Palworld.
Um,
Palworld.
but I would
Content
imagine if they hit everything in the roadmap, then they would go 1.0 and then we'd get like more content.
Co-op crossplay, world transfers for pals, final boss, and ending scenario. Oh, they're adding a final boss, huh? Strengthening, improving pals, game collaborations, including with. Oh, wait, they're doing more collabs than just Terraria? Oh shit! If you could have a like a Palworld collab of your choosing, what would it be? If there's one that you could just decide the collab.
Oh man, Palworld collaboration, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, you know what'd be really sick? I don't know if they could do it. Monster Rancher would be tight.
Oh my god, Mochi and Suezo in them.
Because Monster Rancher is just enough to like feel like they could fit in the world a little bit. I think Digimon would be too much. They're too like, oh, metal arm, metal Garurumon. You know what I mean? Like it would be too much, I think. But the
Sure.
aesthetic of Monster Rancher kind of fits the vibe of Palworld, I think.
Imagine Greymon knocked instead of War Greymon.
That'd
That's
be
tight.
funny. I could
So
see them
the
doing
Black
stuff
War
like that
Greymon.
though. I could see them doing like a Digimon crossover where it's just like skins, skins of like certain Digimon, or
Sure. Oh yeah.
like skins of certain Monster Rancher. But I think Monster Rancher they could actually do a lot with it, like add actual monsters in it and like the furnishings and stuff for houses, like that aesthetic I think would be really cool. I think they could do stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think Monster Rancher would be willing if anyone still even owns the IP and like it's active, they could like really do something with that.
Monster Rancher? Yeah, they're still making new stuff, I think.
I haven't heard Monster Rancher in like, actual terms of it being a live IP in a while, so I don't know what they have going on.
Yeah, they had a game drop in 2022.
I could see solo leveling doing something with Monster Rancher just because solo leveling does something with everything. That's more of like a joke, just because everywhere I turn, it's like a solo leveling crossover with them.
Well, true.
Reincarnate as a slime, I think would work really well in
Nier
Palworld.
Automata famously collab with every game.
Yeah. I could see, yeah, like I said, I could see Monster Rancher being like a big one. Maybe Dungeons and Dragons, I could see doing some type of collaboration because, I mean, there's so
That's
many
tight. That's tight.
different monsters in that IP that could be interesting. A boss of some sort.
Well, now they have like magical and summon weapons in addition to like just guns and swords and stuff. Like, yeah, we
Could
can kind
work.
of get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Rancher had Monster Rancher 1 and 2 Deluxe Remaster in 2021 and then Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher in 2022. So they're still making like some new stuff.
I mean, it just depends on what Palworld is going to do. I don't see them going the route of like Palworld 2 this early. Like, I don't think they hit 1.0 and they're like, okay, time for the next game. That'd be kind of dumb.
That would be crazy.
Especially in like this economy where games are just being like blasted out of orbit, you know?
Well, that's true.
I could see them going the route of like a deal, like a $20 DLC where they add like a new continent, new places to explore, like kind of like an MMO vibe that like some survival games do, where it's like follow the trail of the new continent where they'll be evolving new biomes to explore, blah blah blah, new pals to capture, new raids.
Yeah. Hmm. I feel like we have just enough like future techy futuristic stuff that we could do like a little Gundam thing. A little Gundam
thing, huh?
I think there could be like some mech adjacent property. Yeah,
that'd be interesting,
right? I mean, Jet Dragon's kind of like in that realm of like future techy thing. They released. Brother, if we get a Beast Wars, imagine if the new pal you could catch is Optimus Primal.
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
So
that'd be kind of funny.
Transmetal Rat Trap with his like chromed out shit.
God, that'd be, I'm glad you brought up Beast Wars. I'm glad you brought up Beast Wars.
Yeah, you like the little transition for you?
Did you know, I didn't know apparently, that Beast Machines had 2 seasons? I thought it was only 1 season.
I didn't know it was 2 seasons.
I've seen the entirety of Beast Machines. I did not realize it had 2 seasons. I thought it only had 1.
Wait, you mean like you saw both seasons and just didn't know there was a season finale in the middle? Or you only saw the first season and thought you were done?
I thought there was only 1 season. I've seen it all. But apparently,
and then you came to learn.
It's actually 2 seasons. Well, no, because I have my Plex server, right? So I have Beast Machine season 1. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I own like all of Beast Wars, all of Beast Machines. And I was like, I kept seeing, because I was showing you like Sonar, right?
Yeah.
And Sonar kept telling me, hey, you only have 1 season of this. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, something's wrong. It's like, you know what I mean? You see something and you're like, this seems off. And it's like, nope, there's actually 2 seasons of Beast Machines. I only had 1. So I had to pick that up the other night. That was kind of funny.
That is so funny.
Yeah. Beast Machines, notoriously not as good as Beast Wars, but still...
Well, decent, it is what it is. It's funny when you see a show like that, like Dragon Ball Z, the box sets,
Mm-hmm.
specifically the Blu-ray one.
Yeah.
They call it the seasons,
Yeah.
and I watched it all as it came out. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, there's no fucking seasons in Dragon Ball Z. There's no season
No.
finale and there's sagas. There's no
Well,
seasons.
well, yeah, that's why there's different air orders or whatever. There's like DVD order, and then there's like, you know, DVD, there's aired, there's absolute. There's like different.
It's so fucking funny, man.
There's different breaks in different ones. Like the aired season order will be different than like DVD. DVD release would be like the traditional seasons. They obviously Dragon Ball Z wasn't meant to have seasons, but for the American audience, they broke it up into seasons because people don't understand what that means. They're like, the show just has 400 episodes. How's that work? No, they break them up into arcs or seasons or whatever. But yeah, that is
Meanwhile,
funny.
Japan's like, what the fuck's a season, dude?
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro?
To be fair, though, I like the way we do it. The way Japan does it doesn't make sense to me, but that's just me. I don't.
But you be liking the seasons.
You put a 2 in front of something, I'm just like, brother, just say season 2, you stupid bitches.
Dragon Ball Z 2.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z 2. Shut the fuck up.
You Sword Art Online 2.
It's so stupid. Yeah, it's season 2.
Squid Game 2.
Yeah. Well, Sword Art Online, funny you bring that show up. Because as you know...
I know you're a huge fan. Love it to death.
Well, there's something. But just...
I believe you said it was your favorite isekai, no?
It's a good one. Like, it's not terrible. I wouldn't be my favorite, but it's there.
Yeah.
It lives.
Specifically, the hospital arc is the only reason you watch the show?
Yeah, exactly. I ship all the characters in that show together. I actually write fanfics about their characters on Twitter.
Your Wattpad is chock full of Sword Art Online?
Sword Art Online, I don't know if you know how just mind-numbingly annoying the show is put together. It's like put together with ABC blocks, because you have Sword Art Online Season 1. You have Sword Art Online 2. So you have Sword Art Online, you have Sword Art Online 2. You have Sword Art Online Alicization, whatever the fuck you call that shit. Season 3. But it's like a fucking fairy world or whatever. Fucking Pride Month. And then you have Sword Art Online Alicization, whatever, War of the Underworld. So you have all the, like, brother, you don't have to go that far. Just name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But then you go one step further. They're like, hey, you know what'd be really tight if we branch off and we do Sword Art Online Alternative, Gun Gale Online. So now you have 2 shows named different things.
Yeah.
And then you have Gun Gale Online and Gun Gale Online 2, but they're all commingling in between each other. And you have to figure out, how the fuck do I watch this series? And then you have to go to Google. And so, hear me out. So, I love, Japanese culture's tight, some of it. Some of it's kind of fucking... Some of it. I would say having to, hire someone to quit a job for you, kind of fucking dumb, right? I'd say some things in Japan, probably not good. I'd say if I'm quitting a job, I shouldn't have to apologize for it, Well, some things in Japanese culture, questionable. Not the only questionable thing, but I digress.
Sure.
Different podcast.
Different pod.
I just think things could be less confusing. I just think things could be less confusing. Because hear me out, right? I'm a guy that likes uniformity. So, like, if I'm running a Plex server, and let's say I have, I don't know, Sword Art Online Seasons 1 through 4. I want artwork that's uniform and explains to me what everything is. So if you can imagine, you're not getting that. Because what you're getting is Season 1, Season 2, and then Alicization, whatever the fuck, and then War of the Underworld. You don't get Season 4 and Season 3 and Season 4. Because those don't exist. Because it's not technically supposed to be the same anime. But because of how, like, TVDB works, It is
Yeah.
wrapped up in the same anime.
Yeah.
In chronological and
Like release
episodical order.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand, if you're just new, if you're just a new guy, a new girl to the whole thing, you're just a guy, you're like, oh, this doesn't make any fucking sense. And why in season 2 do they have guns? Because there's Gun Gale Online Alternative. There's an alternative show called Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Then it's not Sword Art Online, is it? No, it's Gun Gale Online. It's Gun Gale Online. It is not Sword Art Online. It is Gun Gale Online. So it again, God bless.
We digress.
I just can't fucking imagine a world where we're calling something Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Could we just fucking call it Gun Gale Online? Could it just be Gun Gale Online?
Well, no, because Gun Gale Online's different.
Of course. It's no, but it's different. You know why? Because it's Sword Art Online Alternative.
Well, don't forget the other two Gun Gale Onlines though.
Yeah, you know where we see guns in Gun Gale Online? In fucking Sword Art Online seasons 2, 3, and 4, or at least season 2, where they have guns. And then there's Fairyland. Don't get me started on Fairyland. Couldn't fucking handle that one. You know?
You didn't like the Elfland? You didn't like Fairyland?
Man, and then there's like Elysiation or whatever the fuck that is, bro. Dude, I just can't fucking handle it sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just a lot. I'm just a guy, and sometimes I don't get it.
And sometimes I don't get it. It's so tough, man.
It's just not built for me, I think. It's just not built for me, and that's okay, I guess. That's fine. But yeah, so when we're talking about things that like don't make sense, that's why I think kind of like Americans kind of got it right. You know? Because notoriously, right? Yu Yu Hakusho just has one season. It's just one continuous, it's just the show. And then in America, we broke it up. We said, hey, season 1, Yusuke dies. Season 2, Black Tournament. Season 3, or Black Tournament, sorry, I apologize. Dark Tournament. Season 4, Dad's a fucking demon, whatever. You know what I mean? At least it's broken up into some things that make sense, I'm just
okay, but are you considering like Sword Art Online Extra Edition and Sword Art Online Progressive?
There's more, brother. I don't know.
And Sword Art Online Alternative Clover's Regret?
Are those manga or are those actual shows?
Light novels and then also anime movies.
Oh,
like a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, well, that's different. That's like an OVA or whatever.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were including that in your, Well, and then there's like the Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online, the spinoff, right? Of course, which we talked about.
Well, let me tell you also, there's also Sword Art Offline.
Yeah.
Another alternative series in which it's I think about the events offline. I don't know. I'm thinking it's like they're labeled as specials. Miss me, dude. Miss me with that.
I've played 2 Sword Art Online video games. They have both been among the worst games I've ever played in my life.
Well, you know what happened? You know what I think happened? There was a shift in gaming where we got blockbuster movie video games for a while. And then that fell
and now
off.
We're getting the anime schlock video games.
Yeah, we're getting like the shit anime video games now. Because like back when you and I were younger, we got like, I wouldn't say the Full Metal Alchemist game was like peak cinema, but it was like
wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but bad. It wasn't shit.
Yeah, it was very middling. It was like fine.
It was like $20 at GameStop. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't
$19.99 at Fred Meyer.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna blow your socks off. Most of the time, didn't even follow the anime, but it was fun, just romping around.
Yeah, true.
And I think
I did like that you started on like the top of a train, like fighting dudes with Gatling guns. That was just tight.
I think I missed that. Dr. Stone does that too, where it's like season 1, season 2. Season 3 takes a shift. New world. There is no season 3. It's just new world. And then, oh, I did not mean to start watching that. And then season 4 is whatever future. Science future or something. So it's like, you just pick a fucking lane, you know? Stick to the seasons. Like, just... And then, oh God, I'm going to go down a hole. I'm crashing out. Whenever everything is named, you know, because here's the thing, right? You know, you run a server, you want things to look nice. And so it looks nice when you own maybe every season of Dr. Stone and, you know, season 2, Stone Wars. Tight. That's dope. But you know what fucking runs me ragged, runs me insane, puts me out? You know what takes me out, Beau? You know what takes me out? Season 1 is called Season 1. Season 2 isn't Dr. Stone Season 2. It's Dr. Stone Stone Wars. So it's like, can we name Season 1 something if we're going to not conventionally name things seasons? I can't stand this. This isn't. This might be OCD. This might be actually me having an OCD attack. I can't fucking stand it when it's like everything has a name, but you go to season 1 and what is the fucking name of season 1? Season 1, bitch.
Well, I kind of wish they just didn't have season 1 there. Just call it Dr. Stone. That's it. I hate
that too. Dr. Stone what? Dr. Breaking Out.
Dr. Stone
call it what? Something, you know? Because it is something.
Sure.
It's an arc. Name the fucking arc, please. You know? It's like, just name...
Oh, my poor boy.
It's the naming conventions are so fucking terrible.
Well,
and don't get me started. Don't get me started on one of my favorites. Don't get me started on fucking Evangelion. Fucking 1.0. You can, bro. 1.0. You cannot. You are not alone. 2.0. You cannot advance. 3.0 you cannot redo, and then we go to 3.0 plus 1.0 thrice upon a time. Thrice upon these nuts, dude. Fuck you for that. It should be 4.0, motherfucker. Name it 4.0 and then
wait,
say
but it is
something.
4.0.
But it's 3.0 plus 1.0, not 4.0.
Wait, you said, well, no, that is, I mean, you gotta solve the equation, but yeah, it's 4.0.
Yeah, I don't want to do math in the title of the fucking thing. Just tell me what it is.
You just gotta add it up.
I just fucking can't sometimes. You just gotta add it up. I just want stuff to be named a certain way. That's it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't care which way it's named. If it's going to be named this thing, stick with that naming and say season 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're going to do Stone Wars and Science Future, cool. Name season 1 something other than season 1.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. You get what you want regardless. Because you can just do absolute order and you just have every episode lined up for you 1 through whatever. You can do that with almost every anime. So you're getting what you want regardless. You as a person who doesn't care about any of that. You just want the list. I'm saying, hey, seasons are tight. I like
help
seasons.
Me out.
Stick to one fucking thing. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do fucking sorcerer magic to get my Plex server to allocate your show correctly. You know? Oh,
that's
my goodness.
So funny.
I could fucking go off for years.
I wonder if they do it as like an anti-Plex measure. They're just hoping that Plex server owners are going to be tilted, they quit.
Never. You know what they could do? You know what Crunchyroll could really do to help out like the world in general? How about you just release physical copies of your media so then I could own it myself? I could categorize it myself. Then have the wrong names
on a shelf.
Yeah, but then if you bought it from them, then they would lose money because you wouldn't want to, you know, sit there and pay $10 a month forever to watch their shit. Well, you know what they say about not being able to own media, bitch. Anyway.
Hell yeah, brother. If you blow up where it's made, you can still download it online. Or whatever.
Yeah. comma,
Something like
I own
that.
it.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
it's not every show, but it's some shows, and it just I fucking whew. Anyway, that was my crash out for today. I just maybe it's my old age, maybe it's my I'm getting up there. I just can't stand these little inconveniences. Can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't stand little inconveniences. So real. That's so real, dude. I
Can't do it.
mean, it's like when you go to the store and you're at the self-checkout thing and like two of the lanes are closed, but it's like self-checkout. What do you mean they're closed? And then like you have to wait for like some guy to pay for his shit. It's like
Yeah.
I could just be using the empty one, but it's turned off. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like ultimately inconsequential, but you're gonna crash out anyway. Yeah.
I get sometimes
it.
I'm just like, hey, could I possibly be inconvenienced less today?
Did I ever tell you about that time that I almost stole 6 Beyblade stadiums?
No.
So Beyblade stadiums, like the little, like when you let it rip, there's like a little dome they rip in.
I had a Beyblade.
Plastic.
I had a Beyblade Christmas.
Well,
I know.
for the audio listeners.
Sometimes I forget that there's more than us just talking to each other. This is just like a normal conversation for us. So I do apologize if I seem like I don't give a fuck about. I know the audio listeners might not understand what a Beyblade stadium is, so I do apologize. Yeah. It's still something I'm getting used to,
That's so funny. So there's like kind of a flimsy plastic bowl, but it's like there's like pockets on the side and walls to make sure like the tops don't fall out of the thing, But at the store on the shelf, because they're all just thin plastic, buckets basically, but with a funny shape, they stack them inside each other.
I just found something I fucking hate. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sending you something.
No, please.
This is the epitome of what I've been talking about this whole time.
That's so funny. Hey, sometimes you just gotta go crazy.
Yeah. View into your DMs the Digimon Tri series, in which the fucking logo is at different spots, and it makes me want to fucking die.
Well, and different like font and different color.
I don't care about the color. I don't care about the people on the thing. That's fine for me. It should be uniform.
No, I mean the text is a different color.
Yes.
Like the Digimon Adventure logo is in red on season 6 for whatever reason. 7?
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Oh, it's not season. They're like movies. But I couldn't fucking dare imagine a world where we can't just put the logo at the bottom every time. And there's you might be thinking, Connor, why don't you just look at the alternative posters? Maybe there's an alternative poster for that. There's fucking not. You know why? Because that's how they made it. That's the original poster. Yeah. I just want to fucking scream. I don't get it. Well, famously, Digimon doesn't give a fuck about their fans. So I think it's everybody. I think everybody does this. And it for me, this is a disability. I am debilitated by the fact this is triggering I don't know if is this PTSD? Is this like, I don't know what this is, but I'm feeling hatred, of which I've never felt before, with the fact. Oh, yeah. You know why the Digimon Adventure thing's in a different colors? That's a different movie set or whatever. I'm specifically talking about the Tri series, the 1 through 6 that you see. No, I know. They're like in different things. Okay. And it's just like, I fucking, Beau, when I tell you, if you're going to have a series of movies, uniformity matters. Oh, does it? It matters. It matters to me. Oh. It's like if you put a movie in Agumon is called like fucking Bagumon or something. You change the fucking name for some reason, bro. It's like no one does that, right? There's uniformity there between all the goddamn movies. So why don't you put the logo where it needs to be? Which, by the way, in my opinion, the bottom of the fucking thing. Logos belong at the bottom for movies. Like if Pikachu was green in one episode. Yeah, Pikachu fucking a witch puts a spell on him or whatever, and he's just green for an episode. Fuck
they
off.
They don't address it at all. By the way, it never comes up. And then next episode is yellow again.
And then the Pokemon logo is like different. One episode it's like fucking black and white for some reason, and it's spelled differently. Like they took off the little accent thing on the E. Fuck off.
Yeah. Now it's just Pokemon.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? Hey, can we just put the... All I'm saying is, can we make the logo the same size, and can we put it at the goddamn bottom of the thing? Appreciate you, bro. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules here. But like everyone else can fucking do it. You know what I mean? Everyone else can do it. Anyway, sorry.
That is so fucking funny, man. No, you're so good.
There's a lot of things. There's some things that I don't care about in life. Man, make that shit uniform, bro. You can do it. You know?
Well, that's, it's funny. What you're going through right now is me trying to build a fucking base in Palworld. That's how I feel. When the walls, like, when they intersect, they like clip into each other just a teeny bit.
Oh, I hate that too.
And
I hate that too.
But it flashes because it's like they're fighting for the top layering spot or whatever. Yeah. Oh, you and me both. My boy.
It's tough. It makes me want to fucking cry sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's like,
I have spent most of the day being upset. You told me you had some things to say about some stuff. I don't think we've even got into that stuff yet.
Oh, we didn't. We didn't get into that stuff.
Tell me all about it. Tell me what's...
Brother, listen.
Tell me what's cracking your balls,
sure.
you know?
Yeah, brother, for sure. Listen, and they're making that clacker sound. Like, the little toy that's like the executive toy on a desk? They're doing that. So, like, listen, you check it out. I was trying to articulate this to Babe yesterday, too. As, like, part of a different conversation, not the same conversation we're about to have right now. I kind of don't give a fuck about media. Shows, games, movies at all. Unless I have it, like, I watch shows for the sake of rooting for the main character. I'm like a main character rooter guy. And if there's no main character to root for, I truly think the piece of media is a waste of my fucking time. I don't bother. I don't watch it for rooting for the villain. I don't watch it rooting for a side character 7. I don't watch it thinking to myself, gee, I hope they're all villains and I don't root for anybody. No. I'm watching Supernatural for Sam and Dean. I'm watching Superman for Clark fucking Kent. Or, Superman. Kal-El. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z for Goku. And if it's like a Goku's not in the episode, Yamcha heavy episode, guess what, boys? That's what I'm falling asleep for. Where's my guy at? If I'm watching Star Wars, it's for Luke fucking Skywalker, dude. And as soon as he's not in them, why are we watching this right now? What the fuck is this? And if it's like a little flashback backstory thing that expands on the story of Luke or expands on the story of Goku, okay, I'll allow it. Fuck it. But like, in Dragon Ball Z, there's that part where they're like, after they fight Vegeta, they have to go to Namek or whatever, and like Krillin and Bulma and Gohan are on that dumb pod ship, and they like end up at fake Namek with those spiky pink dudes that pretend to be Namekians, but they're not. That shit has nothing to do with goddamn anything. And it's fine if there's filler that has nothing to do with anything. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Goku should be fucking part of it. It's his show. Like, he's the main guy.
Well,
where Goku at?
From what I've heard, Z is from the standpoint of Gohan. Now, I don't know how true that is.
No, it's about Gohan. That is true. It's about Gohan, but from the perspective of Goku.
Sure. And how could we not understand a story about Gohan if we didn't follow Gohan a little bit? You know what I mean? Without Goku.
Sure. Well, okay, even regardless.
I hate filler.
Like, we'll say it applies to both Gohan and Goku.
I'm being devil's advocate here.
Sure.
I don't have a foot in this race, but
let's say it was like a TN only episode. Like, fuck that whole episode. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I like TNs.
That's not even devil's advocate. I just know you actually do really just like TN. That's my fault. I should have said Yamcha.
Well, I don't think anybody likes Yamcha. Let's be so for real.
I knew a homie that was a Yamcha homie.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think they're all protagonists, no? Like, they're all the good guys. So, like, isn't that good?
Well, they are the good guys, but they're not the main guys. There's one main guy, and then there's, like, secondary and tertiary supporting cast.
Sure.
And I'm watching shows for the main fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Sorry, like, would you feel the same about, like, an episode of, let's say, like, Gundam Wing, if Hiro's not in it? Are you like, No Hito, no fucking watch.
So
Because like
Hiro is like objectively the main guy, but I feel like the
the
Duo and Troa and the like. I'll tell you what, I feel that way about Gundam Wing to a little bit lesser extent,
sure
in the sense that
they're
I
kind of a
would
team,
settle
but
for. I would well, yeah, I would yeah. They're like Power Rangery in that way,
yeah,
but like I would settle for an episode with no hero that was like Duo heavy. But if you give me an entire episode of Katra or Wu Fei, I'm not watching it. You know what I mean? If the whole episode was only Wu Fei Chang doing Wu Fei Chang shit,
Catra would be a hard watch. Yeah, that'd be a hard
yes.
watch. I'd watch it, but it'd
And
be a
the
hard watch.
yeah, in the same way, I wouldn't watch an episode of Supernatural with Sam and Dean not in it. If it's only Dean or only Sam, that's fine. But if there's no Sam or Dean, hey dude, what the fuck am I watching, bro? You know what I mean? I'm not looking for an episode of X-Files that doesn't have Fox and Scully in it. That's crazy. What the fuck? And I guess there's like, okay, but what about that season where like Fox is gone and they replaced Dana with fucking Taggart and whatever the other one's name was? Because who gives a shit? Like, I guess, but that season sucked dick. So like, bad example because that shit sucked. So like, I'm just not that guy. You know what I mean? Like a Twilight movie without Bella would be an improvement, but also it would be annoying.
Man, a Twilight movie where all the actors just weren't in it, that'd be tight. If it was
Brother,
just
can I tell you,
if
the
there
baseball scene in Twilight 1 is iconic cinema. That shit's actually good.
the one that got me, like just really killed me
So
sideways
fucking
was
good.
you imprinted on my baby?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah, yeah.
seen high school.
Fuck, dude. That's fucking
I've seen
crazy.
kids acting in high school musicals that I've paid money to see while I was a high schooler myself that have acted
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than
You
what
like you
I've
bought the
seen.
admission ticket. Yeah.
Insanity. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm not that
Mm.
guy. You know, when the main characters aren't there, I definitely turn on sleep mode. I'm like low power mode. I'm barely invested. Same thing with video games, dog. Yeah, I'll tell. Same thing with video games. When like Soul Calibur did that thing in Soul Calibur 5 where they like a bunch of the old characters got replaced with new characters with the same fucking weapons and moves, but just to like keep it visually fresh. Fuck you, dude. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about who Sheba is. Give me back Keelik. Who the fuck is Sheba, and why does he have all of Keelik's moves literally? Fuck you with this. Give me Keelik. That's crazy. Like, I'm not looking. They replaced Sophitia with like some other bitch that had the same shit, and I'm like, hey, let me play safe. I'm trying to play Sophitia, dude. The fuck is this? Like, if there were new interesting characters, I'm maybe, but like even then, keep the old ones in there. Just add more. Just add the other ones. Just add the other ones though. Fuck you. Just add the older ones. So in the same way, you know, when a show doesn't have the main character in it, or the main character changes, I check out psychologically fucking immediately, dude. Instantaneously.
And
And
what might have caused you to feel this way in that moment? What was the show that really broke the camel's back that day? What were you watching that made you go
for me when I was talking to Babe, or if it's I'm mad at.
whatever the end point of this conversation is going to? I don't even
Yeah,
I
you're right,
still
right,
don't
right,
even
right,
know the
right, right, right,
media.
right, right.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I'm scratching at the walls to figure out what the media
Yeah, wait,
was.
slow burn, slow burn.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So, sure.
I'm a characters good guys win, characters that are good guys win guy. I'm that guy. You know what I mean? So like Marvel was like pretty tight because the good guys mostly won. And when they lost, it was a temporary loss before a win. Sure, I can fuck with that. I fuck with a mid movie or like a, movie 2 temporary loss to make the payout in 3 good, whatever Empire Strikes Back type shit. I can deal with that. I'm here for that. I'll let them cook. You know what I mean? And I even sort of understand how like some people think that like, oh, a character needs to die because it's the end of their arc, which I don't agree with. I think that's dumb as shit. But I can appreciate that like, okay, well, that's for some people, fine. So like Iron Man dying, spoilers for Marvel movies, Iron Man dies. When Iron Man dies in the fucking in game, right? He does like the I am Iron Man. He snaps his fucking fingers and he gets whatever radiation gamma shit. When that happens, in my brain, I'm not thinking to myself, like, oh wow, what a satisfying conclusion. I'm thinking like, hey, fuck you for that. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, fuck you real quick, by the way.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
and I know it's like, I don't know if that's a popular take or not. I know that it's one that I've gotten pushback on. People think character death is like important for some reason because they weren't loved as a child. Who knows? But like the problem that I have,
it's interesting because I am, I think I've talked about this. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. One of my favorite superheroes since I was a kid, like forever, has been Iron Man.
Yeah,
it was Iron Man. Like if you ask me, like, who's your favorite superhero?
Like the old comics, the old cartoons.
Yeah,
and
some
shit.
kid who's like dad left when he was young. He's gonna say Batman. Kid with no friends. He's gonna say Superman. Whatever. Like Wonder Woman. Some girl's gonna be like, oh, Wonder Woman's my favorite. Whatever. Mine was like, hey, I like that guy with the armor suit that's like mechanical and he's like a robot guy. I like that. I like robots. Like your autism's dinosaurs, mine's like robot, like mecha type vibes, right?
Yeah.
So like Iron Man has always been my vibe. And when he died in the MCU, I was like, okay, it was, if it wasn't foreshadowed for so long, it would be like a fuck you. I'd be kind of upset about it. But I thought it was like a good closing for the character. I am not a dude who's going to be like, hey, you know what a series really needs? A series has to have a character die for it to be a good series. I'm not going to be that guy. If we can get out with all the main characters, like if Hawkeye dies, okay, whatever. Not in real life, obviously. Like I want him to survive the snowblower accident, but like in the movie, if he like gets sniped off the screen, tight, whatever. Like I'm not going to be really worried about him. Black Widow dies, like I'm not really caring about that. It is big if like Iron Man dies. He's like in the MCU, kind of the glue that holds everything together.
He's the one guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Hey, by the way, I'm a Captain America guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Captain America's tight too.
Iron Man.
Yeah,
I'm a Captain America guy, and I'm still saying, hey, Iron Man's the only fucking guy. He's the guy.
Yeah,
because I understand the property.
I don't think he's the only guy in the MCU, but he's like probably one of the best actors the MCU has.
He's the main guy.
Also, he's
the Goku of MCU.
The glue. And so when he died, I was sad. And I was like, that fucking sucks. However, like I was happy with how he went out. He didn't go out like a bitch. Went out fine. If a character's gonna die,
like a bitch.
If a character's gonna die, that was a good emotional moment for a character to go out. If a character is gonna die, it should be to that caliber. However,
I thought they were foreshadowing it as like a psych out. I thought they were gonna be he's gonna.
If there was like a fist and it was like entering your mouth, it was ham-fisted that he was gonna die at some point. Like it was they were fisting your mouth and telling you you're dying.
I thought they were introducing death. They were foreshadowing the stakes of what would happen if they failed.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's the big thing to avoid. But then no, it's just the thing that's gonna happen.
After 4 movies of them kind of heavily foreshadowing it, in my mind, I was like, man, I hope this doesn't happen. But in my heart, I was like, he's dying. There's no way.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, for sure.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
But hear me out. The thing that makes me mad, right? And we're finally getting to the ultimate point here. Yeah. Right? I'm a yapper, I'm a rambler, I'm a yapper, but we're getting to the actual ultimate meat and potatoes of it.
Sure.
The thing that makes me really, really, really mad is when characters in a property shit on legacy characters. If you mess like if I had to say all that other stuff to get the point out that the main characters are the most important thing to me in the first place, right? Like if you change the cast, I don't care about that property anymore. If you fucking whatever, like Luke's not in the movie, well fuck this movie then type shit.
Yeah.
But famously, they didn't just not have Luke in 7, 8, 9 as a main character. He was there as like a secondary, tertiary guy, and then some other shit happened. But like, he wasn't the main character. But they also did like a character assassination on him in the writing that made him like a cunt. Like they made him like a dumb bitch.
They made him like a failure. They were like, yeah, he failed. He's like an asshole now.
not just a failure, yeah, but like an asshole. They're like,
Yeah, like the
this
failure
guy.
made him into like, I'm not gonna help you. You're like, I'm an asshole now.
Well,
Like
no, like even
grandpa.
like off rip, the way in which he failed.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you're like a Star Wars head like that, but like so
I briefly
the like
remember. I think.
yeah. So like 4, 5, and 6, the entire fucking movies are like Luke's insistence on never giving up on someone and like turning to
Yeah.
the dark side doesn't mean you can't come back.
Sure.
His whole thing, he's willing to die for it. He's like, I'm
Mm?
not even gonna put my weapon up because like fuck that. I know I'm fine. I know it's fine. Like his whole thing is optimism over literally anything about a person's ability to come back to the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in 7, their introduction of him is, ooh, this Ben Solo guy had like a tiny flicker of maybe a little bit of evil in a dream one time while he was asleep. And then Luke's response is to turn on his lightsaber and assassinate a child. Which he didn't ultimately do, but that was his first thought was, what if I just kill this child sleeping?
Yeah.
When? In what ever universe would that ever?
Well,
You know what I mean?
if we use the dog terminology from Megan, if he's gonna bite somebody, I'm just kidding.
Well, might as well kill him. I mean, the vet was gonna put him down anyway.
If the child's gonna bite and cause genocide potentially,
if the child's gonna bite.
Well, here's the thing. It's like,
but like that. But man, like Darth Vader already
so
did that.
Hear me out though. It's so tough to even talk about 7, 8, and 9 because they're such shit films. And here's the thing.
Well, yes.
When you go behind the scenes too, do you know how much shit was going on behind the scenes? A new director's mad at the old director from the previous film, so they retcon everything.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams and then Ryan Johnson and back to J.J. Abrams. No, I know. I'm aware.
Disney,
I followed the whole thing.
And here's the thing that fucks me up is Disney allows this to happen. Like it's supposed to. And we're Star Wars fans going, man, these movies are shit. I wonder why. Then it turns out, oh, the directors just had beef, and so they're just gonna retcon each other, and so we get what is really this the retcon saga of the directors trying to out retcon each other. So like,
yes. And then Kathleen Kennedy says anyone who doesn't like it is like a hateful troll living in their mom's basement or whatever.
Well, people can be wrong. She could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, sorry.
Truly.
People like that are like, oh, you hate the series because there's a female lead. No, I just
these toxic male fans can't stand Rey because she's a powerful woman.
How about we just don't like the saga because it's a piece of shit? And it didn't. Yeah. It wasn't a piece of shit because you were in it. It just happened to be a piece of shit and you were in it.
Yeah, I'm over here like, hey, Power Rangers RPM sucked and there was no female main character. All right,
brother.
So, like, fuck you with that.
In the last movie, when it's like, turns out Snoke was just a cover. It's actually the Emperor again.
Bro, if you try to dissect those, if you dissect like the logic of those films on even the most basic eyes open, like half an IQ level, you're like, what could possibly have been the end game of that? What would be the character motivation for him to grow this Snoke thing? Why does he have 45 of them?
Brother, can I leverage something? Can I leverage a thing that I've thought for a while now?
Please.
I like Star Wars. Lightsaber's tight.
Sure.
Star Trek is boring to me, but I see the appeal. People love Star Trek.
I like Star Trek Next Generation. I don't really fuck with the other ones.
Compared
Star Trek,
to Star Wars, Star Wars is Temu Star Trek in every way possible. In the most of the things we've gotten in like the Disney era. It's like terrible storytelling, terrible stories that are literally being retold into the fucking ground, by the way. It's like, hey, here's a story about the guys who were on the ass end of the fucking here's a guy who was on here's a guy who was on Tatooine during the thing that happened during the other movie. It's like, dude, can we just get a fucking Star Wars is based on a galaxy far, far away, multiple galaxies of crazy shit going on. We know that Jedi spread across the galaxy in so many different planets and things, lived through so many different timelines, yet we're still stuck on the Romeo and Juliet thing of like the Skywalkers and then like Emperor dude. It's like, could we possibly
Romeo and Juliet?
Well, because like, isn't it supposed to be a Romeo and Juliet like vibe of like you have the Skywalkers and you have like the other family, like they're like a
I
family
think you're thinking of the
intertwined.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah, the Hatfield McCoys, but isn't that like Romeo and Juliet? Or is that, I don't know, dude. I'm not a guy. Hatfields and McCoys.
Romeo and Juliet famously is a love story.
Well, kind of. Well, Luke loved his sister at one point. Anyway,
Oh, I know. I almost fell backwards out of my chair. It was close. This chair almost tipped over.
Well, hear me out.
That's crazy.
Hatfield McCoys. It's kind of like a Hatfield McCoy. Is what I probably meant to say. Got them all confused.
Like the space feud.
Yeah, it's the space feud of the century that can't fucking like.
But
stop.
Here's the thing.
And then, but hear me out though. Hear me out. This is my last thing.
Go ahead, please,
and
please. Go ahead, please.
And then we have 17 different 17 different shows of like after the war, following all these like different clones and shit. We have like 17 things of just clones. I'm like, hey, you know what? Could we possibly just have a reset where we don't worry about the Skywalkers or the other guys? We don't worry about the Emperor. We don't worry about any of these people that are connected. We just get new people at some point because Luke's story's over. Like his story could have been done without 7, 8, 9. We could have just not had 7, 8, 9. The continuity of the movies would be great.
You say could have, you mean should have.
Should have.
Yes, I agree. We should have not had 7, 8, or 9.
Could have been like a reboot of the series, not a remake, but a reboot of the series where we're just in like new generation of Star Wars, hundreds of years in the future, whatever. Boom, something's popping off again. Electric Space Boogaloo, bam, we're back. But we had to do this thing where we're like, hey, we're gonna retell the stories, but terribly. We're gonna do it bad. Hey, guess what? You like the Death Star? Death Star 2, baby. Planet Death Star, baby. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired.
Well,
anyway,
hear me out.
That's where I'm at.
Now, hear me out.
So
people think that it's the Hatfields and McCoys. Like, there's this feud between like the Palpatines and the Skywalkers, or where the fuck it is. It's not. That's not there.
It might not be, but it's kind of written that way because it literally we can't get out of the Palpatines and the Skywalkers. It's literally that.
There is no Palpatines plural. There's one Palpatine.
Well, Rey is a Palpatine, right? But she's like, I'm gonna go by Rey Skywalker now.
Well, what I mean is, for 8 films, 8 main core films out of 9, there is only one Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see his children, let alone Rey's parent, who, by the way, had to fuck the Emperor. Or rather, the Emperor fucked somebody to make her mom or dad. When is the Emperor getting off his fucking throne, prune ass looking dehydrated gray motherfucker? Where is he just like popping off? What bar is he at where he just met a bitch? You know what I mean? This is that's already a whole thing.
And met a bitch recently because she's not like she's 50. He met a bitch recently.
Right. Rey is like early 20s, I'm assuming, or late teens. Like she's like 19, 22 kind of window, which means her mom, assuming, pray to God she was at least 18 when she had that baby. That was only like 40 years ago or 45 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So Palpatine must have had a kid within 40, 45 years of that Star Wars 7 happening. And in fact, would have been about 20 years before that. It's a whole situation. It doesn't matter. That's not even the thing. The thing is, her contrived reveal of being a Palpatine at the end of that whatever doesn't serve any established narrative point for 8 fucking movies, and then also every other spin-off media that's ever existed.
I know, I hate it.
Not the cartoons, not the solo story movie, not the Rogue One, whatever. None of that shit.
I think we agree.
So, yeah. So, like, what? It's fine. That's not even the thing. My thing is, like, the character assassination of Luke, it made me want to die. That shit was horrendous, right? And relating that back to Marvel, you're an Iron Man guy. I'm an Iron Man guy to an extent. Again, I'm a Cap guy, but like I respect that Iron Man is like the Goku of the series. You know what I mean? He's like the main guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took us on a road. I had to go on a
No,
rant.
You're so fine. Hey, listen. That's the scenic route, and I love the scenic route. Yep. You're so fine. So like I just know in my heart when you get rid of or replace Iron Man, all of a sudden it's a fallback on Cap. But if you're gonna replace Cap, who the fuck's in these movies anymore? You know what I mean? So like already I don't give a shit from a casting perspective that much. Especially, we've transitioned away from Black Widow, we've transitioned away from Hawkeye, we've transitioned away from Hulk for whatever reason to get like She-Hulk who's twerking with Megan Thee Stallion in an office somewhere. Which by the way, hey, real quick, I like She-Hulk. Not the show, that shit sucked. But I like She-Hulk. Like I'm a homie for Jenny from the block. You know what I mean? Like I actually like She-Hulk. So for me to be like, yo, She-Hulk, the Netflix show fucking blows, isn't just like, why is there a girl Hulk? Oh, I hate that. Nope. Hey, I like her. Fuck that. It just is a piece of shit. But in that show, she famously made a pissing contest out of how like Bruce didn't have it so bad and fuck you, you shouldn't whine, you're a man. I'm a woman, so I have it worse. You piece of shit Hulk idiot. Life's easy for you because you got a dick. I'm just a woman out here with my high-paying job twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. You don't know what I got to go through, all right? And it's like, well, we know you're an impetuous dumb cunt right now, so I guess. Huh. Oh well. But that's not the point. That's very aggressive of me. I'm being very aggressive with that. But she deserves it in that media. She deserves it in that media.
Well, I feel like all women deserve
not She-Hulk, to be clear.
The right to shine.
Just that media.
Well, I think it is something to say that their male co-stars were bringing them down. I'd like to agree with your wife.
Well, bringing them down to earth where reality exists, maybe. God fucking bless.
Yeah, let me tell you. It is kind of funny how Disney for the longest time was like, hey, we're just going to tell stories about like, we're going to tell stories with some hee-haws in it, and we're going to have some action, and we're going to beat some bad guys. And then it turned into, now we're going to try to manipulate you and make you feel a certain way about stuff that doesn't actually happen.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not even like that they went broke or whatever, go woke, go broke. I'm not even that guy.
I don't even think
I think that shit's dumb as hell.
Yeah, they just went really bad writing really bad movies.
Yes.
It's not even good because that was like a show. Yes. It wasn't there like movie stuff. The movies just, man, hear me out. I don't know if you've seen, what's the last Marvel movie you've seen?
Well, that's what I was about to get to in a second, if you can imagine. But the last one I was willing to watch was Multiverse of Madness.
Okay. Because I had an issue with one of the recent ones that came out, but if you're talking about something else, we'll get to your thing and then I'll talk about my thing.
Yeah. Well, my thing is Ironheart. Ironheart.
Yeah.
You might Riri Williams.
Yeah. She was written to kind of replace Tony Stark a couple years ago. She's like newer.
Yes, she is newer. I don't care for her being like, yo, fucking Iron Man wouldn't be shit if he wasn't a billionaire, that rich, privileged motherfucker. Hey, you dumb bitch. Famously, he built this with a box of scraps in a cave. What do you mean if he wasn't a billionaire?
That's funny.
He is a genius, literally genius guy who sacrificed his life and his mental health and his life twice to save Earth. Once where he made it out, thank God, and once where he got fucking bonked. Dude has been the guy to make the sacrifice play every time, and specifically Cap says you're not the guy to make the sacrifice play as like a foil to the audience who doesn't see him that way, despite the fact that he is that guy for the whole franchise.
Well, he struggles.
It's so...
With Tony, it's funny. He struggles with selfishness a lot. His story's kind of cool because he's notoriously kind of selfish, but he fights against it and is like, I'm going to do the right thing. He's selfish to a point, and he stops himself and he's like, got it, I'm going to do the right thing, right? Because like when he was like in Iraq in the first movie, he's like testing weapons and stuff. He's really ignorant to like what his company's actually doing. And then he gets blasted with his own shit. And then he's like, oh, God, we're like on the wrong side of history here.
Yeah, Iron Man 1 in 2008. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then like in Um, he has like an ego because like in a lot of the movies, what is it in the first
Well, an
Avengers
ego,
film?
yes.
He is very he like doesn't really know Bruce that well, and he like puts him down. He's talking a lot of shit, but then he's like, okay, there's like a moment in all the movies with Robert Downey Jr. There's always a moment where he like gains some respect for the person he's like shitting on, because like even in like him versus Cap in Civil War, it's his idea or the highway. He's like, there's no room for this, like I don't agree. And it's like Cap humanizes him a bit more, and then I think he still kind of stands on like what he feels like, but he's not willing to like continue to ruin the relationships he has with the others.
Well, that's so fascinating because that is not my interpretation of his actions in those movies at all. That's really interesting.
Well, no, notoriously, like it's his way or the highway a lot. Like that's what kind of ruins his relationship with, Joel Pussy, whatever her name is.
No, they're still together. They have a kid.
Well, like in the first couple movies, they're like on the rocks because he's like he can't just get over himself, right? Like they break up and get back together. Not break up, but like she gives him these ultimatums of like, can you just stop being a fucking asshole for 5 seconds? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do this. She's like, hey, you're dying. Can you stop this? And then he's like on the table dead, and she has to like pull the thing out and like redo it, and she gets goop all over her hands. And then she's finally like, hey, can you stop doing this? And then like 3, I think, is the thing where he gets the PTSD or whatever, and he's like, okay, maybe I should stop being a dickhead, like a massive dickhead. The kid kind of humanizes him a bit. Again, I haven't seen these movies in a while.
The PTSD stuff isn't from. Well,
it is 3.
He does meet the kid. He does meet the kid, but the PTSD thing isn't that. The PTSD thing is.
Is it 2?
Avengers 1.
No, but I mean the 3 deals with the PTSD.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So like,
I was gonna say like putting the nuke through the wormhole.
Yeah, his whole thing is he wants to be like that big flashy hero, and then like the Avengers movies and like his other movies are him learning he needs to like work with the team. And then he realizes in the last Avengers movie, like, I have to do this or whatever, because he's the only one who can do it. I don't know. It seems like though he's wrote in a way that is to be this like dude who has these high opinions on everyone. He shits on them, and then he realizes like, okay, I shouldn't do this. And then he like gains respect for these people along the way. You know, Penny, is her name Penny in the movie? What's Gwyneth Paltrow's character's name?
Pepper Potts.
Pepper. Yeah, Pepper's always giving him these fucking ultimatums. And then she's finally like, hey, motherfucker, can you just settle down for a little bit? We lost. Can you just have a baby with me? Can you relax? And then he's finally like, okay, I'll listen. He's finally like there, but then he gets like snapped back into reality. Oops, goes gravity type of vibe, right? Because then the team's like, hey, you know this thing that does this thing, and it does the gravity thing and the time space continuum thing. He's like, oh, let me do my kitchen computer thing real quick. He's like, look, I solved it for you. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm roped in now, because he thinks he's just gonna like solve it and be done. But then he has to make that sacrifice of like, well, you know, it's either everyone. It's either like we lose and Thanos kills everyone, my daughter and my wife included, or I have to like sacrifice myself finally at the end.
That's so interesting. Our interpretation of his actions in all of these movies is like so diff after like Iron Man 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he was not thinking he'd solve it and be done. He told him like, fuck off, I'm not involved.
And then he got involved, and he was like, here.
And then his conscience made him solve it, and then Pepper pushed him to be like, you gotta do it, huh? And he was like, yeah, I gotta do it. Like, he kind of knew it was up the whole time.
Yeah, she didn't want it to.
He didn't think he was going to.
Yeah, she was kind of like...
She's the one who told him to.
Because she knew she was wrong at a certain juncture, but she's also right in a lot of the films before then. You know what I mean? She's also like, hey, stop being a dickhead. Hey, stop doing this. Hey, could you just not die on the table right now? And he's like, I got it, you know? Women, huh? I'm smarter than you. You know?
He wasn't even on the table. He was all like crumpled in a corner under a thing on the floor.
And that little weird chair thing, because he was trying to operate him on himself.
Obadiah Stone like Yeah, Obadiah like left him on the ground when he pulled up the whatever. It's like a
Yeah.
whole thing.
I don't know. He comes
But
off as the dude who's smarter than everybody, so he treats everyone like shit, and then he gets humanized by everyone. And then at the end, he has to make the big human decision to like save everyone or himself.
yeah, that's so fascinating. I feel like that moment happened like 9 movies before that.
Well, it continues to happen because he's continuously like a dickhead to someone, or like he thinks he's
Oh well, that's a
like
character flaw. He never stops doing that, but
well,
he's a dickhead to people for sure.
he has to be like
But
that's kind of how Ultron happens, right? That's how like Avengers 2 pops off. He's like, look at this new thing that I did that's gonna revolutionize the world. Oh, Lamau actually is gonna go crazy and be evil, and I have to stop it. Like he has all these things that happen that
well,
um
that was a PTSD thing. That was like
yeah,
the wormhole from Avengers 1 thing.
yeah. He
But
like
famously, it only
overcorrects.
went bad because everyone else fucked it up.
Did it? No.
Yeah, they like tried to break it because they didn't like the idea and like the power surge of the thing, and then like it got corrupted halfway through because they didn't have the electricity, and Thor's hammer did a thing that like juiced it up. Yeah, they were like fighting over it, and they're trying to like stop him from like creating him in the first place, but he was like 92% complete.
I think it was wrong though. I think I disagree. Like he's one of my favorite characters. I think I disagree with a lot of stuff he does in the
Well, so do
MCU.
I.
He
He
causes
wanted to sign the Sokovia Accords too, and I'm not on board with that shit at
yeah,
all.
he literally is which is funny. I was gonna say this. He's kind of like the reason why a lot of things happen. A lot of bad things
Yeah.
like in the Avengers and the Sokovia Accords, like Civil
Well,
War.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like again, I guess what I'm saying is his genius and his willingness to be like fuck everyone else's ideas. I'm like the right guy in the room because I'm the smartest guy in the room. Kind of gets us in trouble, and like every movie kind of like humanizes him a little bit more to where then at the end of at the end of the franchise, the end of his death, like his death is like the ultimate like maybe I'm not the one that knows everything. Maybe actually, because when Benedict Cumberbatch is like, I looked through all the different timelines. It's the only one that made sense, and then to him it didn't make sense at the time. Then he finally realizes maybe I'm not the smartest guy. Maybe people did know, and then I was wrong, and then he makes a sacrifice, right?
That's so
Like
fascinating.
that's kind of what
Yeah,
I got
we
from the
have
first watch.
totally different interpretation
Again,
of that.
I haven't watched the movies in a long time, but that's what I feel like I felt in those times.
Sure. I mean, Doctor Strange is a whole other thing. I got a problem with that fucker too, but like that's that's a different thing.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I notoriously am not gonna
That's
fight.
that's that's unrelated.
But I think from the position of like his sacrifice was the ultimate sacrifice. I agree. I think it is. I don't think that position
Well,
is
it's
wrong.
certainly the ultimate sacrifice. Homie died. Yeah, I agreed. He
Yeah,
got fucked up.
but I think it was finally not for like a selfish reason. So I think like Avengers 1, it was kind
Well,
of like a lot of the things he did in some of the Avengers movies and his like personal movies came from like a selfish point of view. It was kind of selfish with it.
I think you should rewatch those movies and see if you still think that, because I think you will not.
Mm.
Because in Iron Man 1, he was killing himself. He was committing suicide to save Earth in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, but again,
His whole immediately frame 1, he was willing to like tank his company's profits to do the right thing and protect the innocent because he didn't want to be part of the war machine that was, I mean, no pun intended, that was like chewing up these innocent people by way of like black market weapon sales. He was like, we're ceasing all weapon production. We're going straight to clean energy. Fuck all that shit. Frame 1 immediate.
yeah, but you think he would have known that before he had to get blown up by his own stuff? You know what I mean?
I don't think you would know that.
I think he should have known that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, if we're talking about Tony Stark, I think like, he knew what his weapons were doing, and then he just gets blasted by it, and then he just, like, I never
he knew
enjoyed
what his
that.
weapons were doing. He didn't know terrorists were using his weapons.
Yeah, and I think it's fucked that the only reason... I'm coming from the standpoint of, I think the only reason you change is, like, oh, cool, I guess these other people are using it, and that's not tight. I guess, like, I'm a good guy now. It's like,
Yeah.
I had a
Well, because
I had
blowing up
trouble
bad
with
guys
it,
is
and
tight.
Yeah, but
Pulling up good
also
guys is not tight.
he then becomes bad guys because then he like again creates Ultron. His mass produced machines before Ultron attack a whole fucking group of people, you know what I mean, in the war
No,
machine thing because they get
no,
hacked or whatever, you know, not by
those are made
Ultron.
by Hammer Tech.
The war machine? No, he made the war machine suit.
Well, not the Iron Patriot War Machine, like Don Cheadle War Machine suit, but like the doll things at the Stark Expo.
That wasn't even Don Cheadle. That was Cuba Gooding Jr., wasn't it? In the
Cuba Gooding Jr. was never in any of these movies. You mean Terrence Howard? That's so
no.
funny. But Terrence Howard was not in the movies after the first one.
Oh
No, but it was Don Cheadle from Iron Man 2 onward.
Not beating the allegations there.
Yeah, yeah. Terrence Howard never got to be the Iron Patriot or
Maybe
the War Machine. You didn't like Don Cheadle?
No, I do like Don Cheadle. I do like him. Why did I think it was Cuba Gooding Jr. though? That's funny.
I couldn't say about all that. That I don't know.
So funny. Why is
you know who I get Cuba Gooding Jr. confused with a lot? Omar Gooding Jr. from that Nickelodeon game show for kids in like the 1990s, like the early 1990s. I because they both have like Gooding Jr. as their last names. I get them back and forth in my head a lot. But
wow, am I crazy?
I mean, listen, Mandela effect. You know what I mean? Maybe when you watch the movies in a different timeline, maybe it was a Cuba Gooding Jr.
Man,
different timeline.
I could have sworn he was in like an Iron Man movie. That's so funny.
I don't think he's ever been in the MCU.
That is
I'm pretty
goofy.
sure. Maybe as like a cameo or something, but even then, I don't think so.
Why would he be in my head though? Why am I thinking of him?
I don't know. That is very odd. But yeah, Terrence Howard was the first one, but he got replaced after the immediate first Iron Man movie, so he wasn't in Iron Man 2. Yep. It was Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle's tight though. I liked his War Machine. Then he gets paralyzed. Some dumb. You know what I hate? You know what I really? We'll go back to the other thing in a minute. But like
you do get paralyzed.
Him getting paralyzed and like Fat Thor and like weird face Hulk. All that shit is so stupid. That shit they did was so
Hulk
dumb
in
as fuck.
general is very. Hulk and Thor both are not good. They both get shit on constantly by the writers, and it's really annoying.
Yeah,
and that's a different issue with the MCU that isn't the thing I was talking about. But that is. I'll tell you what, I think that falls under character assassination of the main characters in terms of like, it's very similar to what they did to Luke. You know, what they did to Bruce Banner and to Thor, they fucked those guys up. They did not give a fuck. But they do that to a lot of characters in the MCU at some point where they just like write them stupid, which is ultimately the genesis of my whole complaint that like Riri Williams is over here like doing this like revisionist history, fuck Tony Stark, he was just like a piece of shit rich guy, he would have been nothing without his money, which is so dumb.
Nothing without the money thing is wrong, like wholeheartedly.
It's not even just wrong like from the like we know that of his character, it's wrong in the films we all collectively watched. Like we have evidence of it being wrong over and over.
Now, I haven't seen the series. Does she say that and then have like an epiphany? Because like it's one thing for the writers to be like, fuck RDJ, we're gonna like shit on Tony. But is it like,
I do not believe she has an epiphany, no.
Is it from the character's perspective of like because you know there's always the thing of like oh, my dad was killed by a Stark weapon, like, you know what I mean? Like Bruce Wayne, whatever Wayne Enterprises kills someone, they hate Bruce Wayne or whatever. Is she coming at it from like
I know. I think it's
I hate this guy because of this, and then she has like a turn of like, oh, okay.
I don't want to speculate on why she was saying it because I don't have the context of what motivated her to say that. But she did just pop off with like a hey, Iron Man would have been fuck all without his money, Lamau. And that shit made me so frame one tilted. Also, they introduce a really important villain in that show that I'm not gonna like be specific about, but they introduce a really important villain in that show. And the MCU introducing important villains in shows that half the people don't watch is really funny. They should probably not do that. But that's a different thing.
Yeah. And then I don't want anybody to think I'm like burying the other thing we were talking about earlier. I just think when I say selfish, I'm not saying it from the standpoint of Because I think when people say someone's selfish, it's like a malicious way, like you're saying someone's malicious in some sort of capacity. I don't think he's malicious. I think he only cares about his own interests in a lot of different ways. I'm not saying that he doesn't have moments where he cares about like everybody, like, hey, we're not going to do weapons anymore, we're going to do clean energy, blah blah blah, whatever. But I think a lot of his different motivations are sparked first by his own interests, and then it's always his own interests and then everyone else. And I think
Yeah,
that's what kind of
no,
makes him selfish in a way.
that's so
But I'm
fascinating
not
because
saying
yeah,
he's, again, malicious, but it's like it's usually sparked by, if from what I remember, it's usually sparked by like his own goals, and then like, oh, saving everyone else is cool too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's what I
Again,
took
I,
away.
I think you should watch those again because that's so not. It's exactly the opposite of the truth. Almost every decision he makes after Iron Man 1 is solely motivated by like putting Pepper first or the world first,
Mm.
mostly the world first.
I don't know, dude. I
In his
again,
personal life, like he'll be
ego and
like,
shit is
in
really
his
strong
personal
with him, and
life,
that is as that character, right?
I don't think so. I mean, like he definitely thinks he's smarter than people for sure, and he's definitely quippy and like not very polite. Like he'll like look down on someone he perceives to be like dumber than him for
Yeah,
sure.
and this, at the end of the day, everyone can perceive something different, whatever. Um, and I'm not saying it's bad, by the way. I'm not saying, from what I took from it, I love this character. Is one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite
Well,
superheroes.
sure, sure, of
I
course.
just think that what I took from it was he did a lot of good for people, yes, but usually it is because of something that is wrapped up in his own, like, it's him first and then everyone else, usually.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's,
so fascinating.
yeah, and that's his personality wise. And throughout the series he gets humbled in different ways, but I believe, like, even Civil War, it's kind of like that too. But that's just kind of how I see the character, at least in the
How
MCU.
interesting.
And it's hard because he's like, he's written to be a flawed character, so he's written to be like, the character everyone like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's written to be a character that everyone can grab onto and see themselves in, right, as like the main focal point in the whole series. And then he makes a lot of mistakes, so like everyone's like, oh well, I've made mistakes in my life, I'm kind of like him, that's kind of how I see him. I could be wrong. Like, I don't know what I could be on the wrong side of history on this, but that is from watching, because I've started watching this from Iron Man 1 and I've seen every single movie. So
Right, right,
from
right.
what I've seen of it and from what I've gathered from it, and watched his scenes and seen movies multiple times over again, in a lot of the movies it seems like that is, from what I've laid out, how it goes. And then you have
Yeah,
little,
that's so fascinating.
bits here and there where he'll get humbled and change his opinion, or he'll get humbled here and do something different here. But Tony Stark in general, in his private life, and then from like working with the other heroes, kind of feels like that, you know,
Interesting.
as not like a casual fan, but
Huh.
like as someone who really loves the character.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's so fascinating. Me and Babe are gonna be watching those movies, me again and her for the first time in like cinematic order or whatever. Like we're gonna like chop it up and like watch all the Marvels at some point. Probably either when I'm there or like after we move back here, I'd imagine. But it I'm so it's I've never heard anyone have that perspective before. I mean, not that I really yap about the Marvel movies with anybody, but I've never had anyone express that was their perception of his motivations. So I'm so fascinated now to see like how she's gonna feel about what his internal logic for doing stuff is.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying he's selfish in every single thing he's in, but I'm saying in the beginning, he starts as a very selfish character and a very self-serving character that does good. Again, he does good, but he's
Sure.
written in a way, he has this side to him that, like, he's thinking for himself first, and then he's doing good things on the other spectrum of things, and then it slowly transitions him into being like the self-sacrificing, I didn't do it for me, I did it for everyone else character at the end. He has a slow
Right.
transition
Yeah.
into that. But
Yeah, again,
that's,
well, again,
you
I
know,
feel like it's the opposite for me.
yeah.
Where he start like after the first like 15 minutes or whatever, the first Iron Man movie, of course, like when he shows up, he's like testing the Jericho. Then he's just like a rich, selfish guy. But like from that moment on, when that scene ends, when the first bomb goes off, I feel like it's a slow game of him becoming more selfish over time. Until he like ultimately bell curves back the other way. Like he has like a selfishness peak. Um like right after Civil War, and then it like plummets back down like towards the end game stuff. Like there's like a
Yeah, like he waxes and wanes throughout the series. He's a very like he lacks consideration for a lot of people in a lot of moments. Again, it's hard to pin, like you can't say, let me rephrase. You can't say Iron Man RDJ, who plays Tony Stark, is a selfish character in the series generally, because that's not true. He waxes and wanes, and he goes, like you said, he has a peak selfishness at one point in time. And then at the end, what I'm saying is he transitions out of that into being the selfless guy who dies at the end.
no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So yeah, like selfish, like he has personality, yes. He has personality. Those personality flaws are, lacking consideration for others. He's a little selfish in a lot of ways, sometimes a lot of selfish. In Civil War, I think, we could see he has a lot of selfishness going on in Civil War. And he's fighting for what he believes is right. But again, he doesn't care about what everyone else has to say. He's like, hey, my way's right, fuck you guys. And like, it's, I think I just might have a problem with Civil War in general. I think that film annoyed me because it took, the characters were written a certain way through like what we had seen before. And then they were like, we're going to turn Tony up to 11 for no reason. And it wasn't no reason, but it was like we didn't have a movie where he slowly, gradually, at least from what I can remember, there wasn't a slow, gradual increase in selfishness. It was like he was like at a base 2 and then he went up to 11. And that annoys me. I'm saying this as a fan of the character, right? So it annoys me that like almost kind of feeling out of nowhere, it was like, hey,
Huh.
fuck you guys. To me.
Huh.
Could be wrong. But that's how I
Sure,
felt.
sure. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, wow, what a fascinating take. It makes me more excited to rewatch him,
Yeah.
To like see like if maybe watching them again I change my perspective, or again to see what perspective Babe has, because she's never seen any Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be like a first time viewer of that.
Yeah, and like again, everyone can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm not saying I'm like the grand master of knowing everything about Marvel. I just know how I felt about the movies at the time. And
Yeah.
there is a waxing and waning of him being self-serving a lot of the time and really not giving a fuck about anyone else, in some instances. And to me, that's like the definition of being selfish. I mean, I don't have it up in front of me, but it would be, from what I remember about the definition of the word selfish, is the one word that I can encapsulate of like how I felt about him in multiple different, like 3 or 4 or 5 different instances in his major movies, you know? And why I'm glad they wrote that out and humanized him more, and then the sacrifice happens, which even makes it more impactful, because from where he started versus where he was at the end is a very different character versus everything that happened to him, I guess, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, there's certainly a difference, for sure.
Because the Tony who dies is definitely not the weapon selling, ignorant Tony that we had in the beginning,
Yeah, Iron Man 1 versus in-game Iron Man, different guys.
Yeah.
By a mile.
And
For
even
sure.
MCU Iron Man versus, Iron Man 1, totally different Iron Man there too. So again, he has a lot of character development in how many movies? 10, 15 movies? There's a lot of movies that he's like cameoed in.
Lot. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know how many specifically, but I know he's like he cameos in almost all the Spider-Man movies. Civil War, all 4 of the Avengers movies. So at least 8, maybe.
It is 10.
10. Oh, okay, I was right.
10 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the 10 movie arc he shows up in, he is very different from the beginning. Even like the middle to the beginning and then the end to the beginning. Very different. And then the end to the middle, obviously. They built him up like what I originally said. They built him up for the explicit sacrifice at the end. He was built to do that, essentially.
Well, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says he was in Iron Man 1, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Age of Ultron, Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is weird because I thought he was in one of the Thors, but I guess not.
I don't remember him being in Thor.
I thought he showed up in like Thor 1 or Thor 2 for a second as like maybe that was just like a reference.
Maybe
like
someone mentioned him instead. Maybe they're not putting post-credit scenes in.
Oh,
maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's my kind of handle on him.
I'll tell you what, man. I just wish it's kind of like the Star Wars thing too with 79 with the beefing directors.
Yeah.
I wish that there was more reverence and consideration for who is like writing and directing these projects.
Yeah, there needs to be a playbook. There needs to be a lore. There needs to be a head of lore at Marvel that is kind of like in these movie kind of screenwriting processes and these directorial places that's like, hey, you know what? Let's not do Fat Thor. It's kind of fucking dumb. Like, this isn't really.
I mean, even if.
You know what I mean? Let's not do this. Or, hey, you know what, J.J. Abrams, let's not retcon 17,000 things because you're going to fuck the continuity of this movie up, you stupid ass. You know?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, too. Even like.
I'm okay with movies having like different tones, level, but like that.
Well, no, different tones is so fine. Yeah, I'm here for that. But like, brother.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi should never touch anything. That guy fucking turbo sucks. Taika Waititi needs to never work ever again for that's gotta happen. But like, also, can we just stop giving like first or third time directors like the world's most important franchises for a second? Like, I don't remember, or like the guy who wrote Multiverse of Madness, but that shit was so turbo ass.
Oh yeah, I don't know who did that.
It was written. It says the screenplay was by Michael Waldron and Jade Bartlett, where Michael Waldron also did, well, that can't be right. Hold on.
Is he not first time?
It was his. It says. These are producer credits. I see. His writer credits were for Rick and Morty 1 episode.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
1 episode.
Well, you know what's funny too?
And then
good. Sorry.
And then a short called The Black Hole.
Mm.
And then Multiverse of Madness was his 3rd project and 1st movie.
Yeah. And you know, James Gunn actually came out and talked about Marvel. He likes to kick a bear when he's down, that James Gunn. He was talking about how Marvel, a lot of times in most recent memory, a lot of the movies they've been producing, they will start producing it and start like filming without like a finished screenplay. And I think it's so interesting how they're so quick to want to like get their timeline out. They're like, hey, we got to get fucking 17 movies out this year. So they'll just start a project without a finished screenplay. And I think
That's so fun.
I agree with him though. That like you can kind of tell that there's no screenplay. Like Multiverse of Madness, you can kind of tell that movie probably started without a screenplay finished. That movie was all over the
Well,
place,
yeah.
wacky style 9,000, you know?
Yes.
And even in most recent, I just saw, not just saw because it's now on streaming or whatever, but I saw the new Avengers or the Thunderbolts movie that came out,
Dog.
which is
I refuse
basically
to watch it.
like hey, we're introducing the new Black Widow to you guys. Like it's
Yeah,
basically the
Yelena.
movie. And man, there's a lot of times in that movie that like there's cool characters it's introducing and stuff. But the big bad guy does a big bad guy thing, and then like it's just like that's it. We stopped him. He did a thing, and now he's not doing a thing anymore. And everything is inconsequential. Nothing happened. And then also we had like a thing at the end. Basically, what that movie was to get us a post-credit scene. Is what it felt like to me. And I'm not even saying I disliked my time watching it, but it just in the back of my head I'm watching it going, man, nothing matters in this movie right now. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I believe that.
Like if I was watching Avengers Endgame and I felt like, man, nothing fucking matters in this right now, fuck this movie, I'm out. Then the Avengers never would have hit the way it did. And some of the stuff they did in Avengers didn't hit the way they wanted it to, you know?
Well, that's true.
So it's like Marvel has this issue where nothing fucking matters anymore. Lamau.
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah.
like there's a scene, my brother, where I guess I can spoil it. It's been out for a while. Should I spoil it? Should we do spoiler tag and talk about it, or?
Well, definitely a little spoiler alert, spoiler warning. Hey, you're gonna
if
get
you're
spoiled.
listening and watching, spoiler alert's about to happen. Anyway,
yeah, you might want to either like mute the live recording that's happening right now if you're watching, or if you're an audio listener, jump ahead like I don't know, 5 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyway, so the character is like genetically modified, whatever. They gave him like a serum that's supposed to give him powers, blah blah, the Sentinel or whatever his name is. Light and dark powers.
Yeah, this is the Thunderbolts.
Sentry. Yeah. Bad guy in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, got it.
So he has depression. That's his power. His dark power is he has depression, and he starts turning everything black, and he can like dust people. And there's this scene where this little girl is sitting on the ground. She gets fucking dusted. I remember turning to Jose. We were watching this, and I was like, Marvel won't do it. I was like, she's not gonna get dusted, and she gets fucking obliterated. Like bam, dusted, different dimension type shit. And it turns out you just get dusted and go into like depression hell for a little bit, and then like you beat him, and then everyone's fine. You go into his little depression hell world, and you throw hands, and power of friendship stops him from being evil. And then his depression subsides, and then like everything stops being black, and people return. And I'm like, there's so much zero stakes here, and like barely a plot and barely anything happening. That I'm just, if every Marvel movie is going to be like this now until the next Avengers movie, I just can't do it. Can't do it. I'm sure it did well. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but like it's so zero stakes, nothing happening, Lamau, that like, what are we doing? Like
I'll tell you what. I would prefer that.
That
sounds
prefer
like
it. No.
It sounds like I might want to watch Thunderbolts.
No, it's bad.
Well, listen. Comparatively to Multiverse of Madness, I'll take no stakes all day.
I guess you would enjoy watching the new Black Widow, I guess, whatever. But other than that,
like
she has
the
some
no
nice
stakes
shots,
thing,
I guess. But other than that,
like, well, it's not like I watch movies for that in the first place. I don't even know what that means. But
it just means like that's the only thing someone would want to go to watch. Like a straight guy's on. Like there's no meat and potatoes there. The fucking combat's not even combat, bro.
I don't need meat and potatoes. I just need it to not be Multiverse of Madness. You feel me?
It's Multiverse of Madness without the Multiverse of Madness, but it's still Multiverse of Madness. It's still things are happening that don't matter at all for whatever reason.
I'm fine with not mattering. Not mattering is so chill. That's not my problem.
Okay, sure.
Multiverse of Madness, I hate that it's the conceit from a writing perspective is that the audience has to be so dumb they don't realize what they're watching makes no fucking sense.
Oh, that's Thunderbolts.
Like on a fundamental level.
Thunderbolts
that's tough.
Thunderbolts is Temu Black Widow with Temu other characters that we don't give a shit about. Oh, but Bucky's there.
Oh, fuck Bucky. Whatever. But
Bucky's there, guys. He rides a motorcycle once. Like, it just I left that movie going, I wasted my time here. But hey, I guess I was with friends, so it wasn't a waste of time. But man, my eyes. I don't need. Here's the thing, right? I don't need a villain to like die at the end. I don't need a villain to kill millions of people to like be interesting to me. I just need like the story being told, not to feel like Transformers from the 80s. Hey, we're introducing some new things for you to buy at Walmart. And it's not even good new things. And then the big reveal at the end
is so tough, man.
Is we're the new Avengers and we're being sued by the old Avengers. Yeah, it's just very tough. It's very tough that you get a jokey thing at the end that Sam is suing them because they have Avengers in their name. And then they're being like, the joke is they're being sued. The big punchline.
They're actually getting sued? Literally?
Sam
in the movie,
and the Avengers are being sued. Like, in movie, they're being sued by Captain America and the other real Avengers because they're using the name New Avengers. Copyright infringement. It's so fucking stupid. I don't care if it happened in the comics. I don't even care if that's canonically correct. Fuck off. Putting that in my movie. Marvel has gotten so stupid. The stupidity is insane. And again, it is a Marvel movie, so there's quips every 5 minutes. Nothing matters. And now it's quips, nothing matters with characters that don't matter. With like, oh, hey, it's New York again. And Bucky's there, though. But it's fine. Man. Bad CGI, too. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even mean like big shit like, oh, well, if they didn't do Bloodstorm thing, then there'd be no movie. If everyone was smart, there'd be no movie. I don't even mean that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, like, the guy who wrote, I forget his name, Michael Waldorf or whatever fucking thing I just read. Yeah, the guy who that wrote Multiverse of Madness just wanted to write a horror movie, so they let him do it. They're like, yeah, write horror shit. So there's like that chase scene where like Wanda's like running on broken glass barefoot with a limp like through those halls or whatever.
Yeah.
She flies, dude.
Yeah.
Why would she ever run on broken glass? She flies.
Well, she got nerfed, remember? I'm not.
The nerf, brother.
I'm on your side.
In the scene.
I'm on your side.
Yeah, in the scene right before that, we watch her change reality with her brain.
Yeah.
She doesn't exert any effort at all. She just thinks things and they happen.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to believe she's running on broken glass to catch a guy? Why? Like, what do you mean? Like, also, she made those fucking kids, and the kids went away. Make more. Hey, make more, dude. Make more. Make more.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, I don't... Just make more. Just bring it back. But like, bring it back with the old memories even. You can do that. We know you can do that. Because you made kids in the first place. So like, what the fuck? What's the problem? Like, I don't get it. Timmy and Tommy Nook or whatever their fucking names are. What are their names?
I don't know their...
Billy and Timmy? Billy and Tommy?
Timmy, Wiccan, and Wiccan.
Justin and Timberlake.
And yeah, somebody other.
Yeah, fucking old Billy and Tommy over here. It's like just snap your fingies. They're back. Don't even snap. Just think about it. Boop, did it. Like, also, if you are gonna make a horror movie with an enemy that can change reality at will by thought, I mean, maybe there's an interesting point there to be made in a standalone horror film, right? Like, because you could say that the villain is this like horrifically cruel thing that just likes to torture people for jokes. It's like a game. They're playing cat and mouse. Ooh.
Well, like
So they're like doing wacky shit on purpose.
in a lot of
But like
the
Wanda's just a mad bitch. She's just mad.
yeah, because
So
like in a lot of the canonical, like I know in the MCU, I don't think it's explained that I think she just like poofed them out of existence. But in like lore, they are like a little piece of like Mephisto's soul or whatever. So that's why they have like powers and everything. And so he like claims them back, and that's why she like loses. So she doesn't actually like make them out of nothing. They don't just apparate out of nothing. She like has a soul piece that like puts all the Play-Doh together and makes a person. She can just do that. I don't know if that's if that's what she does in MCU, but it's kind of dumb. I think just like, hey, poofing kids out of existence. It's like, oh my god, like
she doesn't even like poof them out of existence exactly. She like tears down the like space dimension bubble she made or whatever, and as an accidental byproduct of that, they fade away. But like even then, like, her goal is to go to all the universes in the multiverse and like kill Wanda there and replace her.
Yeah, she's trying to like body snatch. Yeah.
Yeah, but also, hey, real quick, infinite universes means infinite. That means there's infinite universes where there's Timmy and Tommy and no Wanda, Billy and Tommy and no Wanda. Just go to one of those where Wanda recently got killed in a car accident or something.
Tough.
Hey, I'm here. I actually made it. I survived. I'm here.
Well, actually, I don't think that can happen because she's a Nexus being. I don't think in every universe she's alive, like she's there. Because so, are you familiar with like Nexus beings and then non-Nexus beings? So like Nexus beings in the Marvel multiverse means like she's a constant. So I think like Charles, Xavier, Magneto are also Nexus beings. There's like a group of people who exist in every timeline ever. So there's not a timeline like, where like she's dead.
Well, no, because like there has to be.
But in
because there's infinite of them, and we already watched If that's the case, we already watched Nexus being characters die. So now there's at least one universe with no Nexus Charles Xavier because we watched him fucking die.
I guess you're right.
Actually, two. He died in a couple of movies, the X-Men movies and the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I guess. So like Marvel might explain it differently. There are. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess they just exist at some point. Well, and then they get pruned. I don't know.
Yeah, so they be killing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm not saying that.
I don't know who else is like a Nexus being or whatever, but like motherfuckers in the MCU just be dying.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Like Charles Xavier in particular, like homie gets kind of dusted, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure that Deadpool is like roped into the MCU now. Right? So
yes.
By way of Logan.
Yes.
Which means there was a Charles Xavier in the Marvel movies. But he's dead as shit too. So like yeah, we've seen Charles Xavier die in 3 separate movies. In the Marvel stuff. Because there's like old man just he kind of died because he's old after Logan or in Logan or whatever. And then also the one that Wanda kills, and then also the one that dies in like Days of Future Past before they unmake the future or whatever the fuck that was. So like Xavier just be dying. Yo, Professor X is high death count. He's got a low KDA. My man is doing bad. Holy. I can't prove it, but I think he dies to the Phoenix at some point too, right? Yeah, maybe not. I might be imagining that one. But I just know that Professor X be having a bad day, dude. He's like struggling out here. So Rick and Morty does that same thing too, but then they try to, oh, it's this central finite curve where there's only this many accessible universes. They at least try to do a thing, but like
Sure.
the MCU, I don't think does anything like that. They just say it's infinite and then don't do that.
Well, okay, so here's I'm gonna try to condense this. Again, I don't know if like I'm going off of like how the comics do it. I don't know if Marvel's doing this, but TVA kind of talked about how like whatchamacallit, timelines like decay and they have to like kill off the timeline or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they prune the timeline.
So when a Nexus being dies, their timeline starts to decay. So I don't think it matters anymore because TVA was like stopped. I don't know. It's confusing because I don't know what Marvel's like adapted from this or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say the TVA got like they got
knowing
the brakes put on them. No,
TVA is under new management at this moment, I believe. Like TVA exists, but it's like under. It's like when Kmart goes out of business and someone buys the building. It's like that. It's because we see the TVA in you know, Wolverine and Deadpool, for instance. But they're like we're like Deadpool an evil TVA guy or whatever, you know. They exist, but it's like a new TVA light or whatever. But yeah, I guess with like a Nexus being dies, their universe starts to decay and wither away.
And then famously, I didn't watch Loki season 2 either.
Oh, Loki was actually a really good series, though. You should, if you like that, you should probably watch it.
I watched the first season.
Not a fan.
I just
dating
did
yourself,
not like that shit at all.
In another timeline with myself, dating myself.
I just couldn't stand that. It makes me annoyed. Like multiverse stuff is already tough, and like timeline stuff is already tough for me. Yeah, just on principle. When we get to like multiverse, time travel, whatever, I'm already a little like, okay, well, we understand how string theory works and like the multiverse theories work in real life quantum mechanics and real life, you know, quantum theory and blah blah blah. So we have like an idea of like, if there are an infinite number of universes, there are an infinite number of infinities ever. However, encapsulated within those infinite universes will never be a universe where something that couldn't happen happened. It's always infinite things that could happen. You know what I mean? Like there will never be any universe in any multiverse, hypothetical or otherwise, where Barney the dinosaur is real, because there was never a chance for that to happen in real life ever.
Yeah, I guess you also have to like, you know, with Marvel and DC, their universes work like differently. Like our universe also isn't like powered by a bunch of space suits, armor suits, you know what I mean? Like there's there's like,
but what I'm saying, you know, is just like
the multiverses or whatever might not be working.
Yeah,
it might be working in a different confine, the lore of Marvel, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the media version, the media version of multiverse usually means one of everything, not infinite of everything. You know, Rick and Morty do that, but it's mostly for joking effect. The MCU does it mostly because I think they're just not smart enough to understand, or they want it to be wacky. But like, multiverse will never mean one of anything. It's always infinite of everything. So there should never be like, oh, this is Black Loki and Girl Loki and Child Loki and Old Man Loki and a Loki that's an alligator. Because there should never be a universe where the Loki isn't, like, he never had the chance to be an alligator. There is no alligator Asgard. That never could have existed. The potential for that to exist never is. So that shouldn't happen. And like, is it like goofy and silly for people? Maybe. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of like alligator Loki enjoyers. I would imagine if they are, they're Luigi fans. But like, I just kind of can't hang with that. It should be, if it was a bunch of different personality Lokis who were all played by the same guy, that'd be tight. I'm into that. You know what I mean? Like if we got like gangster rap Loki and like femboy Loki and the Loki that turns into a spider horse or whatever.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me a bunch of different Lokis. I'm down.
Yeah.
But like, don't give me fucking
Gender bend Loki.
alligator Loki. Well, I
Yeah.
don't mind the gender bend one. That's like still kind of fine because like, if there's an infinite number of universes, there's an infinite number of universes where the zygote that became the embryo that became the baby that was Loki, that could have been a girl. Sure, fuck it, but it would never be an alligator. You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I try not to put hard, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not gonna. I feel like when people get too into like the meat and potatoes of like what multiverse, like, because this is a conversation that's been had by like every fucking nerd on the
So
internet,
many
right?
people. Yeah, agreed.
I
Yeah,
just
this is like
end up,
Goku Superman shit. Like, I'm
yeah,
not breaking new ground with this
yeah,
take.
it's
No.
not like a new thing. I just go off of like the rules the universe sets for itself. If we want to do, if multiverse means for us, aka us being Marvel, that like you can have different versions or combinations of something, Centaur, Loki, whatever. Okay, you know, like I'm not gonna lose sleep
Yeah.
over it. It just is what it is, and that's the rules they set for their universe. I think the way DC has it set up is fucking boring too, where it's like um Infinite Earth, right? They do Infinite Earth where it's
Oh my,
like,
Crisis on Infinite Earths is so fucking annoying.
so it's like I think Secret War is annoying too on the Marvel side. I don't know. I just go off of the
Yeah.
rules they set. There's a bunch of different Earths. They're all numbered, whatever. And there's like Alligator Earth, Alligator Alcatraz, whatever. You know, just
Alligator Earth. True.
uh,
Alligator Asgard.
yeah, Alligator Iron Man. You know, whatever.
Brother.
Like I'm not gonna fight the nuances of whatever they're trying to do. I just they have rules set up for their universe, and I want to say I only bring that up because I think I just get so annoyed when they break their own lore, when they like, hey, we have years of this lore set up in the comics, and then like we're just gonna say fuck this shit and do something different. Like ideally, Wanda would want to be searching different universes where she has died to then take the kids and bring them to the universe she's in. She wouldn't want to go there because that universe is dying if she's the Nexus being. So she would want to take the kids and bring them back because the kids are going to die if they're in that universe and that universe gets poofed away.
Well, I can appreciate that she doesn't even know about the Nexus being thing, right? Maybe she just doesn't know that, so she wants to go there, and that's fine. I can get behind that too.
But if she has the knowledge of the dark side, then she would know. Like she would have the knowledge.
Little Darkhold thing.
Yeah, the Darkhold. You would think she would have that knowledge, and I think she should have that knowledge. I think there is lore where like she kind of knows because like dark side gets I keep saying dark side. Darkhold gets into like Mephisto, and then like she knows where she got those souls from at some point in time. She's like, oh, okay.
I don't think they're like that. I think that's just the comics. I think the MCU.
I'm not saying the MCU did that. I'm not debating.
Oh, I see.
I'm just saying like she has the knowledge that when she creates them, she's taking like a piece of she's not just getting a soul, because like what happens in the comics is she's taking lost souls and putting them into like Play-Doh bodies for like 2 kids, and they become like, I'm a real boy now, or whatever. They're like become soulless dolls, and like they're not soulless.
Yeah.
And then she realizes like, oh, Mephisto takes them away, and like, oh, okay, they had powers and everything, not because she made them, but because they have a piece of his soul, essentially. I'm saying it would be a better story if that's what they did in the MCU, because just poofing kids out of existence is dumb as fuck. Makes no sense to the lore, and it's like, what do you think? Audiences are so stupid that they couldn't figure that out with a little bit of exposition, if they were, because they went the Darkhold route. They're doing the Darkhold thing, which means Mephisto will be in the MCU at some point. That is kind of like the introduction of him coming into it. So they're like doing it.
Well, he is here now.
Oh, I don't know if he's here now. Is he here now? Oh. Do we know that for sure? Oh, is that in Iron? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I haven't seen it. I probably
Guess who
wasn't
plays
watching
him?
it either. Guess who plays
Guess
him?
the actor. Guess the actor. Not even guess the actor. Who do you think would be a good actor for that?
Mephisto. I think the dude who played Nightcrawler would be cool. A cool actor for Mephisto.
Okay. Guess who they actually got?
I don't know.
Borat.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Huh?
What? Hold on.
Uh-huh.
That's like the big bad guy. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess he does have like a human form, and Sacha Baron Cohen just kind of looks like a rat. So, okay.
It's really funny.
Well, I really didn't know.
It's so
I honestly have been talking about this
No,
the whole
you're so
time. I
fine. You're
did
so
not know
fine.
he was in. Ironheart seems like a really weird place to put Mephisto, but sure.
Sure does. It sure fucking does.
At least it being.
And we said spoilers, nondescript spoilers for several Marvel properties several minutes ago, so I feel comfortable saying that.
At least if it's Sacha Baron Cohen, that means he'll actually be in a movie. They do if they add him into the movies, which if he's only like a Marvel TV show guy, that would be so disappointing in so many different ways.
I think he might just be a TV show guy.
No, I don't think they invest in Sacha Baron Cohen just to have him as a TV show guy. I'd hope not, but we'll see. Wow, what a fucking revelation.
It's tough, man. At some point, they're like, my wife. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could because Wiccan's been taken. We don't know where he is, so it's been theorized that Mephisto has him, but it hasn't been said that like he has a piece of Mephisto's soul. It hasn't really been talked about. We don't really know.
Right. Yeah.
So it could possibly still be a thing, but it would be weird to have Wiccan and then not have Wanda. And Elizabeth Olsen has been very fuck Marvel lately, like fuck Disney. So I don't know how that would happen, but which is disappointing, you know?
Yeah. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Like
Very
I
tough.
said, I haven't watched anything after Multiverse of Madness because it was just such shit. And the movies before it were also such shit. Like, I wasn't even like a big in-game guy. I think Infinity War was probably like the first hour and a half of Infinity War really had me, and then like the bad guys win part 1 over part 2 transition. I was like, okay, I'll let them cook, I guess, because it's like a part 2. But then like, yeah, even in game was like kind of where I was like checking out, and just everything after that was so like, who gives a shit? You know, I just, from a writing perspective, from a character choice perspective, just from a casting perspective, I don't give a fuck about US Agent. I don't give a fuck about Bob. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy. I can't care about that. I actually like, I don't mind Elena. Yelena. Like Black Widow's sister, the blonde.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh's character. I don't mind her. She's
I think her actress is great. Like, I think that she's just Teemo Black Widow, and that's where she's gonna stay. Like she doesn't need to be on a main team, I'll tell you that. She could be in like kicking a bad guy off in the distance somewhere, I guess. But I don't know. I don't see her as a I think honestly Marvel would do really good with like phasing out the superheroes that don't fucking do anything. Like we don't need Hawkeye's daughter. We don't need Black Widow 2.0.
Not even daughter. It's just like some girl.
Yeah, some fucking orphan. We don't need any of that. I'm good. Like we could just have a team that's actually
if you can imagine, not an orphan either. She's Batman type shit, but like with her parents still.
No, well, she's just an orphan. I'm just gonna call it for short to remember who she even is. I'll just call her orphan because
true. And you know what? That's fair.
Yeah. That's
my whole thing is that I don't know if you're familiar. You know what drives me insane also?
Yeah.
I'm being real negative right now. I'm like really going
Go ahead, brother.
But like the MCU does this thing that is not even like MCU specific, but there is a I don't know what like way audio listeners, I'm gonna be hitting ums here. I don't know how to articulate this point exactly in a way that's like encapsulating what I actually mean, in a way that's like digestible and like approachable. But the when there is a like so like sometimes characters are written to be really smart and they're really smart. And sometimes characters are written to be really dumb and they're really dumb. And sometimes really dumb characters are written like characters are you're told they're really dumb, but then they're secretly smart and that's cool. But when you tell me a character is really smart and then actually they do super dumb shit all the time unwaveringly, it's very frustrating. Because like I feel like I was set up to not have this be the case. Where Kate Bishop is like a 40,000 time archery champion, straight A, graduated early, top of her class, went to college at 9 or whatever. I mean, not literally, but like, you know, they tell you that she's this like incredible, like, uh, mental talent, also physical talent. Also, she's like a prodigy and she's like just crushing it. But if you're gonna have a character like that who is meant to be like if you're gonna have a character who's meant to be so intellectually super amazing and then also so like I don't know if anyone here's ever done archery, but like when you do archery, that's a game of unbelievable focus and patience. Not just like the endurance physically to draw the bow back and like aim or whatever, but like to be able to have successful execution on aiming a bow and arrow, a composite bow, you really need to dial in and focus up.
Being a dog owner, same.
True. And then if you're gonna be a character who's like so amazingly scholastic 4.0 junior achiever, went to college at 9 or whatever, you know, so overachieving scholastically, there are certain personality traits that necessarily go with that. You have to be able to handle a particular workload. You have to be able to handle a particular level of focus. You have to be able to handle a particular mental acumen to execute on the concepts involved in these assignments. So if then Kate Bishop shows up and she's like, you're told, oh yeah, she did all this stuff and she did all that. And when you meet her, she like fails at simple problem solving and her like common sense is 0 and she's like incapable of like holding a conversation with a human being. I just have to be like, yo, what the fuck are you telling me, dude? Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of like disparity. It's like a show don't tell, but it's a tell versus tell where you're telling me she's ultra smart and then like you're showing me that she's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I immediately don't care.
Well, you know what's funny is the MCU has done that so much. Like so much.
So much.
Like
so much.
You know what I fucking kills me is when like you have a character like the Flash or like Pietro in the MCU. And like,
bro,
they're so fast, they're so crazy fast, blah blah blah. You can never hit them, and then like you get shot up in Ultron, you get fucking,
you get punked by bullets.
You get punked by bullets, but you run at the speed of light. You fucking pussy. What? Shit like that. I think it goes back to what you were saying about like, you can fucking fly. Why are you walking through glass? You stupid bitch. Like it's just they're written in such a way, and I believe with this with my whole heart. Because they have writers that don't understand the characters and they don't have someone who's like, hey, here from the lore department, you know, the character can fucking fly, right? Can we just have her fly so it just makes sense? Or, and I'm not saying she can't get hurt by glass. Maybe she flies through a window and cuts herself. Cool, whatever. But like walking, the woman who flies literally everywhere, she literally
flies
just
literally floats, everywhere.
You know, she literally does not. She feet out, doesn't touch the ground. I just you know, right. The guy who runs super fast just gets shot up by bullets. Really, you know?
Yeah, truly. And from his perspective, and even in the MCU, we've seen speedsters do this, right? Like a gun fires, and they're like, "Oh, that's fascinating."
Yeah,
a bullet. Wow. Like, if you have all this time to, like, examine, like, there's no universe where you're, like, moving a person to safety and you stop running in the trajectory of 3 bullets.
Yeah, and I'm not saying don't kill him. I'm just saying kill him and make me believe you killed him. Not like, oh, he took a couple bullets as like the fastest guy in the room. And not even the fastest guy in the room, but like has powers you can't see him anymore fast. Like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog fast. What are we doing?
Yeah, like literally so fast that in the comics he's beaten people who can teleport at speed.
Yeah, or like so like they nerf like Bruce Banner's intelligence, or like at some point even like we talked about like Tony Stark. We started this whole conversation. They've nerfed his intelligence at certain points where it's like, dude, like you're Tony Stark. You didn't know about that? I'm supposed to believe like you're not that smart.
Yeah. It's frustrating, man. Like, don't tell me one thing and show me the opposite. Again, I mean, I said this a second ago too, but like if you're gonna tell me a character's dumb as shit and then show me they're really smart on like some unreliable narrator type thing, like, oh, well, they're like an F student and they got failed out of college, and then you actually see them in practice and they're like really smart, they just didn't apply themselves. Like, okay, I guess I can appreciate that, like, right, sure. Like, okay, unreliable narrator situation, or maybe it's a situation where, you know, evidence looks one way, but it actually is a different thing. It's like, okay, I guess. But you don't tell me she's a 4.0 student who is an expert archer, and then also she, like, has ADHD. Don't tell me that. Like, I can't focus on anything, hee, but I do excel only in things that take extreme focus. Well, what the fuck does that mean, Kate Bishop? What does that mean exactly then?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's
so
well, I like they nerfed Wanda for a lot of the movies, and then like she comes back in her own TV show, and it's like she makes a whole town. Like, and where did all this power come from? She just unlocked it because fucking Vision took a headshot. Like, what are we doing?
Dog, you know who took the worst fucking nerf for real? I'm just gonna fucking say it for real. Captain Goddamn Marvel.
I can't fucking stand Brie Larson. Honestly, can I say something brave and controversial? This might be controversial. She should have never been introduced in the MCU. I fucking hate Captain Marvel. Her power scale makes no sense to anything, even in the comics. No fucking sense, brother. Get these characters fucking out of here. Because here's my issue, right? You're gonna tell me the person on the battlefield that's stronger than fucking everyone there and the army of people that you're fighting against isn't just gonna take them out like that in a snap.
Dog, she shows up and does nothing. She gets punked immediately in the dumbest way.
Yes.
It's so tilting.
It's dumb. And having her there is tilting because they have to write her like that or there would be no movie. The literal movie is, oh, they're invading.
Right.
Captain Marvel, help us. Bam, swoops down, kills them all, done. 10-minute movie.
Yeah, right.
Just have her not
So they have to... Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And they're like, well, it's the last movie. Everyone has to be here. Well, maybe not everyone if it ruins the movie for them to be here.
Yeah.
Or ruins the character for them to be here stupidly, right? If something has to be ruined for their presence to be here, first of all, bad character. Second of all, bad movie.
It was such a dumb Machina situation because it's like, what is that flying through the atmosphere? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't... Brother.
This entity flying at the speed of light. What's happening? Oh, it's Captain Marvel. And she sucks.
Yeah.
She gets to Earth and she used that. What happened was, Beau, she used up all her energy to get to Earth to help. And she's so weak.
It's just so exhausting to fly. Yeah, I forgot.
Bro,
True.
Get fucked.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Stuff like that really takes me out. But again, like superhero movie, you kind of have to be turned off for that shit anyway, right? Like,
well, I think that might have been true in the 90s.
It shouldn't be true now, but you kind of have to. I'm glad they like didn't go.
Like the Marvel Phase 1 had a lot to say, I feel. Phase 1 had a lot of like pay attention type shit. Phase 2 even a little bit, but like maybe not Thor Dark World.
After
But
the
like,
last Avengers movie, it just like even the Avengers movie was hanging on to the cliff by one hand, and then everything
yeah.
after it is just. And I say that because the last Avengers movie had so many fucking the time travel thing was such a dumb. I'm gonna say it. I love Avengers.
Well, yeah, I don't like
I
that.
love the
Right, time
ideas.
travel.
The Avengers movies are the most unwatchable movies for me imaginable because it's like time heist, fucking robot army of things that don't matter. You have one robot in a fucking army, sea of other robots. The first Avengers movie, sea of fucking aliens. It's like it's cool for the first time you watch it, and then you're like, I'd never want to see this again. And that's almost
That's
every
funny.
Marvel movie. The only Marvel movies I can sit down and rewatch because I enjoy the character is Iron Man. That's it for me. Maybe the Captain America movies. Civil War.
I was gonna say I can do Iron Man and Cap both.
I can't rewatch any of those fucking movies though.
I have a hard time rewatching Thor.
That
shit turbo sucks.
Love and Thunder too. Fuck off.
Bad movie.
Bad movie, bad CGI. I mean, honestly, other than Captain America and Iron Man, what other movies can you rewatch in the MCU and actually enjoy them? Like for real.
I'm thinking of the ones that, because I've seen all of the MCU maybe 3 or 4 times now. I'm trying to think of which ones like on the rewatch I was like excited and fun for. I was like, oh, this is tight to rewatch.
I think I've only rewatched them twice.
I think I remember.
Thor.
I believe I recall having a really fun time rewatching Iron Man 1, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. I really liked watching the Captain America: The First Avenger. I could watch that movie over and over. That'd be fine. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Ant-Man. I can rewatch.
Man, honestly though, I like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's kind of me coded. I can only sit through one of them. I can only sit through one.
I did say the first one. Let's be clear.
Like
I said, our Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I don't know what it is with James Gunn, but he has to have 17 quips per minute in every movie he does.
It's his favorite shit.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Not you, James Gunn. You know?
No, well, yeah, I know what you meant. I got you.
Man, I'm coming off as a turbo hater right now, but I don't know of anything else.
Well, I'll tell you what. Doctor Strange. I could rewatch Doctor Strange.
The first one?
Yeah. I fuck with the Dormammu I've come to a bargain. You know what I mean? I like that shit.
I don't even hate. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't even hate Multiverse of Madness. I don't hate that movie. However, the Spider-Man movie he was in, his character was in, that was turbocharged shit.
I like the Spider-Man team up at the end, but the rest of the movie was pretty hard to watch.
Well, you know why?
Like the 3 Spider-Men together, that was cool.
They probably started from we want all 3 Spider-Men in, and then the whole story became how do we do that? And then they started from like the end, and it felt like they recorded it from the end, and then they did everything else. It's so bad.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a turbo bitch ass hater or whatever. I just, man, I want to love the Avengers movies and want to say I'm a huge Avengers fan, and I am, but the time heist, every Avengers movie has to have a different like multiple hundred CGI army thing. It's like if I could get an enemy where he didn't have to have a CGI army and we are just duking it out like Dragon Ball Z style, that'd be tight. Like think if Endgame was 50% less shitty army and 50% more fucking fighting Thanos like superheroes. Like some brute force shit, some like getting fucking beat up, getting hit, you know? Like it's all just like, oh, and then don't even get me started on the last Avengers movie where Bruce Banner can't even turn into Hulk anymore. So he's like in Hulkbuster. He's in fucking Hulkbuster, bro. It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah, it was not
Dumb
good.
as fuck. It's always a gimmick, man. It's always a gimmick. Spend 20% less on the shitty army we're fighting in fucking CGI Hulk that we have the skeleton for. You know, man, I could go on for
Yeah.
like we have that in
No,
the
you're so right.
we have that in the fucking in the archives. We can pull it out and use it, guys. Man,
Well, that's fucking true. God bless.
yeah, I don't know.
But I feel like I could rewatch most of the Avengers.
You're better than me.
Well, I could rewatch most of the MCU movies except Thor and have a really good time. The Incredible Hulk was pretty terrible too.
Even the Ant-Man and the
I could
Wasp,
rewatch.
you could watch that movie. That piece of shit, dude.
I could rewatch Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah.
Ugh, good. Yeah, you're better than me.
I like those
You're
movies.
better than me.
Well, I'll tell you, Paul Rudd carries pretty hard for me.
Paul Rudd's tight.
I'm a big Paul Rudd guy in general. Like Paul Rudd carries hard.
If I could watch a YouTube video in which they cut everything else out and it was just stuff with Paul Rudd in it, that'd be tight.
Ant-Man, all scenes that are only only the scenes with Ant-Man. Yeah, that would be tight. Black Panther was pretty tough. That was a tough one.
Black Panther 1 was good. Black Panther 2 I didn't see. So I was like,
I had a hard time sitting through Black Panther 1.
Oh wow, okay.
And it was not for me. I thought the motivation of Killmonger rather, was really dumb. I didn't think the execution of that movie was that good at all. I tell you what, I love Chadwick Boseman. Huge shout out.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, King. Rest in power for sure. And like I even like Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's tight. Like I'm an OG Lupita enjoyer, from like back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I fuck with Denai Guerrera, from her Walking Dead time as Michonne.
Yeah, she's tight. She's a carry. She's a unconventional carry. Like I think they had her in the movie and they didn't think she'd pop off as much, and she's like a hero of that movie for sure. I mean, the Eternals also a hard watch, a tough watch.
The Eternals was very fucking bad.
That is a one and done for me. I don't even think I think I skipped a little bit of the middle because it was so bad. Like the dialogue was just. It was like a child wrote it and then AI proofread it and then they okayed it for some reason.
Well, I feel like it is documented through our history as friends over the last 7+ years that I'm famously not a villain guy.
Okay.
Don't like them. Don't like them. Never agreed with them. Always like it when they lose. Don't ever want to win. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the only movie I've ever seen where I was like, the villain's right the whole time. This is stupid.
Wow. I don't, if I'm being so for real.
The entire fucking time.
Can I be so for real with you? Like so open and honest? Yeah. I have watched that movie twice. I don't know what happens in it. I don't understand. I literally have seen that movie and I left the theater when I saw it and I watched it at like my ex's parents' house at the time. And I left in my mind, we were driving home and I was like, wow, if I don't remember a single thing that happened in this movie and it just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah. And you're right,
by the way. It has that Asian
way.
comedian in it, and that's about it. The chick. That's it. Yeah. I don't know.
Aquafina?
I think that's her name. Oh, that's not her name, but
the one that talks like this.
Like Aquafina? the young Asian woman. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't fucking remember a single thing in that movie. And he's getting like a second movie, I think. Which again, I'm just kind of like
yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about his actor. I don't hate his actor for any reason at all in particular. But like it just doesn't fucking matter. Like that's another movie where like man, if it didn't fucking matter, it really didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
The secret 10 rings realm or whatever they go to and into the bamboo or whatever. I'm like, all right, dude. Sure. And I watched it twice. I need the fucking synopsis. Let's be so for real.
Right. So like 10,000 years ago, there's this guy. His name's Shu. Actually, I don't know if his first name or last name is Shu. His name's Shu Wenwu, so probably Wenwu is his first name. Anyway, so his name's Wenwu, and he finds these rings that make you immortal and grant you like unbearable hyper god power. Okay, like crazy strong. I don't think they're like anywhere remotely even similar to like the Infinity Stones or some shit like that, but they're real strong though. You know, and they do make you immortal, which is very important.
Yeah, I think they're like ancient artifacts, kind of adjacent to the stones. Like they're like adjacent.
They're
to
like
the stones.
they're like a like you know when you go and buy milk, there's like whole milk and skim milk and 2% and half and all that. Like they're like the 2% Infinity Stones. You know what I mean? It's like when you want like an infinite power boost, but you'll want like 98% of the fat removed. It's like that. So he gets these rings, and he's traveling around conquering motherfuckers, and he ends up in this like ancient mystical forest called Who Gives a Shit Ancient Mystical Forest.
Yeah.
And he meets a girl who is the guardian of a town. I think it's called like her name is like Yang Li or Ying Lai or something like that. I think it's Yang Li. So Li and Wenwu fall in love because they like fight and they're both like think martial arts is tight and they speak with their fists or whatever fucking dumb thing. Yeah. You know, they're hitting that like Master Asia Domon Kashu type shit.
Yeah, in the
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, their hands are burning red. You know, their loud cry tells them to grasp happiness. So like they end up as a couple, and then at some point, you know, flash forward many lots of years, and at some point this dude is like a businessman now, and he like has like a fortune amassed, and he just chills at home with his wife or whatever, and they have some kids, and that's Shang-Chi and his 10. He gets 10 rings if you can imagine. But Shang-Chi and his sister, like, there's like he's like training Shang-Chi to be an assassin or something and to take over Who Gives a Shit. And then
he doesn't want to. He just wants to be like an American boy.
And he like bails out because he's like, oh, Dad, you don't get it. I don't want to kill people. I want to play Tekken. And I was like, okay, well that's fair. So he bounces, and then he's like doing his like valet shit at like a car wash or I don't even know what, and then at a hotel. And so his sister didn't get to bail. She wasn't so lucky. She got trained to be an assassin.
Sure.
And then, like, at some point, like, it's like, oh, time to come home, kid. They're like bring back Shang-Chi back from America. So they send like ninjas or some shit, I forget. And like they're trying to like drag him back ass home because his mom died many long years ago, and his mom's death hit his immortal dad real hard.
Sure.
Didn't like that shit. So he's been spending his entire like immortal life trying to find ways to bring her back.
And we all know how that goes.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, you know what? I keep hearing her voice, and she's calling out to me to go to this gate at that enchanted forest where we met, because there's like a gate to the other world, and I can bring her back from the other world through that gate.
Yeah. And guess what? It wasn't her though.
Yeah, it was like a demon dragon thing, and they have to fuck it up. And then like the dragon like kills him or whatever, and then Shang-Chi has to kill the dragon.
I see.
But that's like the extreme summary, middle cutout, yada yada yada, you know? But like here's my
Hold on. Wait a minute. I had an epiphany. This is just How to Train Your Dragon.
oh my god. I don't know. That's crazy.
He doesn't want to do the thing. His mom died. He has to do the thing. Fighting dragons. It's How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, you fight dragons. So here's my problem, right? Is that in a more grounded universe, you'd be like, oh, this guy's insane, and the loss and grief of his wife dying has like driven him to madness, and that's a problem. That would be a fair assessment of that story arc, I feel, in a more grounded universe.
Okay.
But they bring dead motherfuckers back constantly. And there really is an underworld, but there really is a gate to the underworld. There really is a gate to the afterlife. It could have been her. He's right. Within the context of the Marvel universe, it's not outside the scope of reasonability to think you can bring back a dead bitch by going to the afterlife through a gate that literally goes to the afterlife. Which, by the way, the gate literally does go to the afterlife, to be clear. It actually does do that. So it's not even like that part's a lie.
Who have you brought back in the MCU?
Not MCU, but just in Marvel.
Oh, true.
Dead motherfuckers come back constantly, bro.
Yeah. Sure.
They just be coming back. So, like, and then they do bring back a bunch of people in the MCU with the snap.
Well, the snap's different. That's like the only time, because like, what's his face dies and he doesn't come back. Anybody who didn't die to the snap didn't come back.
I think they can bring back anybody except the ones that died to the snap, like, or to the stones.
No, like anybody who died before,
right?
Like anybody who died to the snap came back. Anyone who's dead before that or died by some other way didn't come back.
Like they couldn't bring back again we're being vague, but like they couldn't bring back Homie. Oh, I don't even know if they tried to bring back Pietro.
Well, like if they're bringing back all the dead, again, he didn't die to the snap, so like they can't bring him back, right? Like Black Widow can't come back.
I think they couldn't bring back. Well, she can't come back because her soul was like locked on Vormir or whatever.
Yeah, she paid the price for the stone or whatever, because that whole thing is a whole other issue.
They could have brought back Pietro and they could have brought back the other ones. They just
the speed run to suicide part of that movie. It was so fucking dumb to me. I was like,
hard to watch.
This is just so hard fucking stupid. By the way.
Yeah, I agree. But no, they could have brought back Pietro. They just like didn't.
I don't think
they could have brought back the Stark's parents. They just chose not to. Yeah. The only ones they couldn't bring back were the ones that like the souls from Vormir, as far as I know. And then like Tony couldn't bring back Tony because Tony, I mean, that was after. That was after. But yeah, as far as I know, I guess I'm not super clear on how the mechanics of that works. But the point is, in Marvel, just in general, not the MCU, but in Marvel, dead motherfuckers come back a lot.
Well, true, yeah. Generally speaking.
And yeah, and again, in Marvel's MCU, we do know the afterlife is real. We do know there is an afterlife with ghosts and demons and shit. That exists.
Yeah.
Mephisto's real. Yeah. You know what I mean? All that. So, like, I don't think the dad's out of pocket for thinking you could bring back the dead mom. That's so within the realm of possibility. That's, like, so reasonable. Because we're not talking about, like, a tax accountant from H&R Block who, like, you know, grocery shops at Target. We're talking about an immortal warlord whose mystical artifacts have sustained his life force for 10,000 years. Like, this guy's kind of operating outside of real-world logic. You know what I mean? Like, he's on his own shit. So, in my brain, everyone's stopping him like, you don't get it, Dad. When people are dead, they're dead. That couldn't be her. That's impossible. Hey, dumbass bitch. No. You're wrong. In fact, half of all life in the universe has come back from the dead. So, fuck you for that. Right? Like literally half of the entire universe has come back from being snapped out.
Yeah.
So, like,
it was...
So, like...
Good.
So Shang-Chi can, like, suck my dick with that. Like, why couldn't a dead person come back then? You're getting too real world with it, Shang-Chi. We're in Marvel Town. Dead people could come back if they wanted to. If the writers wanted to bring back a dead motherfucker, just do it then. The precedent's out there. So, like, the dad's literally right. Now, granted, he was being lied to by the dragon, and the dragon eats his ass. So, like, that's fine. But, like, he's not wrong to have thought it was possible. He was wrong in the sense that it wasn't real that time.
Yeah.
But, like, it could have been. Could have been.
Yeah, I mean, so at least from what we know, I did a little search while we were talking. As far as anyone dying outside of the snap and coming back in the MCU, I'm not talking about comics, not talking about like any other media, just MCU. It is speculated that the Soul Stone might have been able to do that, but there is no like function of that in the show or in any of the movies. So it's speculated more so that like the Soul Stone can't just resurrect people willy-nilly, because also the stones have like a limitation. They're all like semi-limited in power scope. And I don't know how it works in the comics. I'm not debating whether it can or can't happen. I'm just saying like what I see here that's been like written about lore-wise. And again, this is all like sweaty nerd shit anyway.
Well, sure.
But it would seem like the only people the stones can bring back are the people the stones kill. So, like, for instance, Thanos snaps people away, then you have to snap people back, and you can do that.
Oh.
But, like
MCU-wise, that's
like, in the movies, you wouldn't have some, let's say Pepper dies after Snap in a car crash. You can't bring Pepper back with a Snap because Pepper didn't die via the means of the stones. So like Pietro and other characters, you couldn't just bring back like whatever the fuck random bad guy number 1 in like a other Marvel movie or whatever, right? Tony's parents can't come back. Like you wouldn't have that happening. Does that happen in the comics though?
Well, I'll tell you what, in the MCU we've had like Phil Coulson died and came back. He was mad dead and then he was not dead anymore.
Yeah.
Because Nick Fury brought him back. And then like Groot died. But then he like regrew from a sapling or whatever. And then Vision got mega dead. Vision was so fucking dead, huh?
In the Marvel Comics universe, the Infinity Stones, when combined, have the power to bring people back to life, but with some limitations. In particular, the Soul Stone plays a crucial role, and there are situations where resurrection is not possible, such as when someone has been sacrificed by the Soul Stone. Of course, that's in the movies as well. In the comics, Infinity Stones have been used to undo the effects of the snap. Limitations, Soul's unique role of someone's sacrifice. Soul, in this case. There are debates in the comics. Interesting. I'm not.
So it's like up in the air, eh?
It seems very.
A little gray area.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many comics. I'm sure the stones have been used somewhere to bring someone back to life. How did the other guy come back? How did the other guy?
Phil Coulson.
Yeah, he was like
they like infused
clone?
him with Kree blood.
Oh, yeah, the Krees are like definitely another situation altogether.
Like he took it, like he was dead on the operating table, and then they like they cut open his head and like infused him with Kree blood and like scrambled his brain up or some shit. I don't remember like exactly, but like I don't remember the procedure. But they did like this insane like resurrection thing, like like Shield did, as like an undercover bit. And then Vision mad fucking died, huh? Vision super died.
Asian close.
And then Wanda just like brought him back as like a fake, but then the fake one, the white one showed up because she brought back White Vision, and then he like flew off or something. So he's just like alive again? Question mark.
We'll know more about that, and I think he has like a new series coming up later. Yeah, it's kind of speculative what's really going on there. Because I mean, like he's really synthetically even alive anyway, because he was only alive via the stone, right? So how she conjured his ass back. But then White Vision
doesn't have the stone, I don't think.
Nor a soul apparently, which is weird. He's just kind of like just soulless.
Old Theseus' ship, am I right, fellas?
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
And then I guess technically Red Skull undied, but I don't know if he's still dead or not. Because he like guards the Soul Stone on Vormir now, but like he might be dead in doing that. So maybe he's like a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, you might.
Is he a ghost?
Which one?
Red Skull?
He might just be like the caretaker or whatever, right? Like doomed to not die, but not have fun either living.
Right.
Like
sure.
We would call that undead, I guess. Like he's not dead, but he's not alive either. It's kind of like in between limbo.
But he's not a zombie. He didn't like die and come back. He just like
not a zombie, but like
either
can't die. He's like he's undying. He's like not.
He's unalive.
It's hard. It's hard to explain because there's so many different versions of dying in comics like these. You know what I mean? It's like undeath, and there's death, and then there's zombie.
Right. Yeah.
I could look it up real quick.
So I just in my head, like I'm just thinking like everyone telling this fucking dude that like they're like, yo, Wu Wen Shu, hey dad, you can't bring back our mom Ying Li. You can't bring her back, dog. Dead is dead. But like it's kind of not. Dead's kind of not dead in the MCU. Right? So like he is not insane to think he could bring her back because we're in the MCU, not real life.
Well, if he's listening to a entity through a gate tell him he can do it, I would imagine he thinks he can do it, right? because he's not
Yeah,
thinking this entity is like. No one ever thinks, oh, the thing talking to me on the other side's evil. It's usually evil, but the trope
sure.
is we don't think he's
It
evil.
usually
Yeah,
is.
right.
But in like at least in real life, we're grounded in knowing it has to be like some weird malevolent force tricking
Yeah.
a person because it's real
Also, when
life.
you lose
But in the
someone,
MCU, it could just be somebody. Yeah.
when you lose somebody bad enough, you'll do anything to get them back. We've seen that time and time again. So that doesn't
Yeah.
that like I'm not saying he's wrong for that. I don't. That's not the most
Yeah.
egregious thing in the movie.
Yeah. Like like where I'm at is like let's say hypothetically that like Babe, you know, God forbid some awful thing happens and she's like in the afterlife. And if I hear Babe like being like, "Hey, I'm actually trapped in this forest town. Could you open the door, please? I'm like stuck in the afterlife. Can you open the door?" Like, yeah, bet. And if I have to steamroll 2 fucking bamboo huts to do it, like, well, sorry, guy, you should have packed up your fucking loom and gotten out of my way. Like, what are we doing here exactly? Get your 6 yaks out of my fucking path. You know what I mean? Ain't shit stopping me from doing that. So, like, I watched that whole movie, and I'm just like, bro, the dad's literally right. Homie's literally right.
Well,
Well,
interesting.
he's not right, like, not right that he was, like, correct that it could happen, but he's, like, not wrong for assuming it was possible.
So news on the Red Skull. He's not dead. He was banished by the Tesseract and given the power of the Guardian of the Soul Stone on Volomir. So he can't leave. He's not dead, but he's like banished and stuck there, like kind of marooned, can't leave.
Yeah.
However, I
Right.
imagine
He's like an immortal being.
could be dead now that the stone's kind of just gone. There's nothing to be guardian of. Maybe he's just dead. Withers away, dies.
What if he's just kicking it? You know what I mean? What if he's just chilling on Vormir like, wow, I have no job anymore. I can just kind of roam around.
Kind of just tight, dead planet, stuck, marooned, can't do shit.
If you were on a stuck maroon, nothing going on planet, how let's say you were literally immortal,
Sure.
literally eternal life. How long do you think it would take you to build a civilization? You think you could ever do it? Do you think there's a time like you would eventually get there, or is it just never happening?
You know, if I'm immortal, right?
Immortal, can't die, can't leave. You're stuck there eternally.
I think I go the hotel route. I don't even try to build a civilization. We're just building a hotel. Galactic Hotel. You're like, yeah, you need to stop. You need to
big neon
we
sign.
call it the Soulstone Hotel. You know, there's no Soulstone left. And I don't know, the Soulstone's gone.
True.
So like he might not be immortal anymore. He might just die out there. I would imagine because the Soulstone, because he was like
it was maybe the Soulstone keeping him alive in the first place.
Yeah, he was like banished over there, and he's like, well, now you fucked with the Tesseract. You're just going to be the guardian of the Soulstone now. So I imagine the Soulstone was giving him power,
right?
Because he was the one who was basically like, hey, if you kill your daughter, then I'll give you the stone.
Sure.
So then, like,
old Turbo Hitler.
So then it's like, I think he gave over the stone to Thanos, and then the stone's gone now. It's destroyed. So I imagine if that's dead, then his power's dead, gone. I don't
know. I guess it depends if it's like a one-time wish grant thing or if it's like a continuous buff.
Yeah, to be stuck on a planet like that probably fucking sucks. Be honest.
I feel like eventually, if you can't die, death is impossible for you. Eventually, you can figure out how to like you make tools. And you build stuff.
Well, that planet was fucked.
Eventually,
like we saw that
you could,
planet.
Like, make
I don't think
stuff.
you can like unmake that. That planet was kind of
what's on
dead as fuck.
Anyways?
Nothing. I think it's just a wasteland, if I remember. A dusty, wastelandy, fuck ass planet.
Yeah, it is really just rocks. Huh? But there's like that big bridge thing, structure. That was a lot of. Well, okay, but we don't know how much of the planet we saw, right?
True, yeah.
Imagine if you saw Earth and it was just from the perspective of like the Egyptian dudes.
I was gonna say, like, from all the art I see, it's like a mountain and then just dunes for days. So I imagine, like, I imagine the issue you have is if you build like a hotel, for instance, it's just going to be haunted by the dead people who threw themselves off a cliff for the soul stone. So like
Oh, that would
it's just like a
suck.
haunted hotel of people who aren't very happy. Cause like she wasn't like she didn't go to heaven. She's like stuck in Soulstone hell. She's like stuck in like
Yeah,
limbo. Soulstone. She traded her soul for the stone. Stupid. Dumb as fuck.
kind of stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything on that planet that has life. It doesn't look like there's anything there.
they got like microbes or bugs
I
or
guess
something.
there's like you can make a sandcastle. I mean that's tight.
Oh, we fuck with sandcastles.
I mean, I think the
Hey,
play
man.
is you just make a hotel and like make money. But
Eh,
he can't
well,
leave.
what do you need
He
money
can't leave
for?
the planet. So like,
What's the money for?
I don't know, space internet, watch YouTube. I mean, he lived on Earth, right? So he knows he was there for
Well,
a
no,
little
well,
bit.
no,
He understands like Earth has Earth technology. Like there's TV, you know.
no. Well, TV, yeah,
So
but
like
like,
for him, it's like
well, maybe not. Wait, I don't think he did have TV, did he?
radio at least. Like surely there's some type of technology he could like be like, man, I really love a fucking subscription to fucking XTube or something, right?
Like, color television wasn't until the late 40s. So I think he
Sorry,
even missed like the color window. You know what I mean? No, you're
killing a
fine.
bug.
All good. But like, I don't think he knows about color
Bitch.
TV. So like, ostensibly, he has no idea what the internet is because when he died, it was like 1944, right?
But I imagine
Like my
like
he was supposed to be Hitler, right? Like he's like that universe is like Adolf Hitler, but instead of Hitler, he was like Red
yeah, but
Skull
hear me
guy.
out. He had like a ship, right? So he probably knows he had a Tesseract too, so he probably has some like not future
I guess he
knowledge.
knows there's alien tech. He knows there's
And I'm sure
alien
if he's
stuff.
on
Yeah.
Volmir with fucking Black Widow, she probably gave him the rundown. Probably like, what's up? She's just there forever.
No, she's trapped in the Soul Stone, right?
Well, she's trapped on Volmir.
And then the Soul Stone, like, no.
Yeah, because he gave her. He's the guardian of the Soul Stone, so he like gave it over. He's like, oh, here you go.
Well, yeah, but your soul goes into it, and that's how Thanos.
But as
talked
the
to
guardian, I'd imagine
kid.
you have the fourth.
But then the stone.
Yeah.
But the
I
stone
don't know. I don't
is
know
gone now. Like the stone blew up.
I mean, a hotel. I think would be my answer. Because then you get to talk to people and stuff.
Petting zoo.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right. World's largest ball of twine type shit. Like just like little like road trip attractions.
Yeah, come
kind of
see the body of an Earth hero.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow, you think the body decays on Vormir?
I don't know.
There's no oxygen.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess there has to be oxygen because they were breathing.
They were breathing. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird if they weren't.
Wait, so that's an oxygen environment?
Probably just has a lot of sand dunes and stuff. Like I said.
What was that movie? What was that fucking movie with
Well, Red Skull is also a human too, by the way. Just has his face melted off. Like he can't not breathe in a not oxygenated.
No, he's like weird, right?
No, he's not an alien. His face just melted off.
Well, he's not an alien, but he's like a mutant or something. Because you don't live through your face melting off. But
super soldier serum, not mutant, but like I think.
Does he have like cap juice?
I thought he was like supposed to have juice.
Oh my god, is he a juicy fruit? He got little gushers going on? What?
The Nazi version of the super. Yeah. Red Skull is a super soldier serum guy. But it was like the fucking, but like
it was like the test
the fucking Russian garbage one, you know?
Yeah.
Like that melt your fucking
like he
face
tried to
off
torrent. Yeah, he tried to torrent the Super Soldier Shield and got like a bad crack.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, wow. Okay,
And
interesting.
also, it should be a note: his face didn't melt off, and it wasn't a skull. His nose just like disintegrated. He doesn't have a nose.
Wait, but he's like red.
He's like red face. So like,
Why is he
I don't
red?
know. Well, super soldier serum, I imagine. He like burnt off. Maybe the layer of skin never grew back. I don't know. Oh, his skin became disfigured and because of the serum and turned red, and then he lost his nose. I imagine after, because he definitely does. He has like Michael Jackson nose.
Yeah, it's like
he has
missing or whatever.
Like slits in his face.
He's got like fucking like Voldemort head.
Yeah, I mean, look, fucking Andrew Weaving or whatever his name is, Jeremy Weaving or whatever his name.
He's the same guy. He was
Matrix.
the
Agent Smith.
He fought Neo.
Yeah,
and shit.
I mean, hey, if there's gonna be a Red Skull, it might as well be him because he's got that bony fucking ass face.
How is Keanu Reeves not in the MCU? Right? What the fuck?
Man,
it'd
be interesting. It'd be cool to see Keanu Reeves on. Nothing. I don't want the fucking MCU to ruin him, dude.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Actually, I like that.
I think he's talked about wanting to be.
But it's weird. But it's weird he hasn't.
They couldn't afford him. He's worth so much money now. They'd have to.
They got Harrison Ford, and he's expensive.
If Keanu was going to be in the MCU, they have to do a Robert Downey Jr. on him. He has to be like the new focal point of something, you know? Like a team built like the new Avengers.
Imagine they just bring in John Wick. John Wick is just an MCU
just
homie.
A crossover, just a seamless cross.
Yeah. They don't mention it. It's not special. He's like, "Hi, I'm John."
I'll tell you this: I would rather John Wick be in there than seeing fucking Black Widow doing the police route and like shocking people, and then fucking Arrow Boy just shooting arrows. I'd take John Wick over both of them.
Hear me out. Did you ever watch the shows, Marvel shows?
A couple of them, yeah.
You know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with that life model decoy bit?
I could never watch that show. That show fucking sucked.
I see. So there's a season of that where they're trapped in a computer.
Sure. Sounds stupid as fuck.
They're like in a computer simulation because they were trying to like replicate human consciousness as like whatever, and like they plug them in like batteries, which might sound familiar to you. Yeah. So hear me out.
Tell me.
Imagine Marvel Phase like 9 or whatever the fuck Marvel Phase we're on now. The next Marvel Phase drops, and there's like a quiet reference. They're like, yes, this was a canceled offshoot of the life model decoy and whatever that computer program shit was called. There's a special branch from S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's called the Matrix, and like they just straight up have Neo.
I hate that.
It's like actually just Neo.
Get me out.
It's actually just Neo. Neo and Trinity just fucking show up. Be like, yes, John Anderson. Be like,
you know what the MCU does need, Beau? You know what the MCU does need?
What's the MCU need, King?
The MCU needs an exit strategy. And by that, I mean the MCU needs an ending. You know what also needs an ending?
Brother, it sure does.
This podcast.
How do you even end it? How do you design an exit strategy, right? How does one design an exit strategy? How does one
do it? I know how you don't do it.
How don't
fucking
you do
She-Hulk.
Well, that's fucking true. We won't be twerking with Megan Thee Stallion.
Miss Marvel. The new mid Black Widow.
That's
Ironheart. You don't do it that way. You know what I mean?
Fucking true.
You don't do it that way. I'll tell
you what you do. I'll tell you one thing you could do. Wish everyone a happy 4th of July, even though it's the 6th of July. If you're not listening to this live on Saturday, on Sunday it's going to be the 6th. But hey, happy 4th of July,
brother.
Everybody.
Let me tell you something. There's only 3 things I need in life: guns, God, and the gays. God bless America.
God bless Kate Kona.